Hello, everyone. How are we?
I ain't get on no plane, fool.
That's what it's meant to be. Oh, have I put the wrong one on? I did. I put the wrong one on. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. How are we all? Excelsior's in the house, and so's Eddie. How are we all?
The BA's all right as well. Yeah, he's good.
Not bad. Not
I'm
bad.
going to try and get him on a plane.
I'm
terrified this camera's about to drop off my screen.
Are we? Has anyone checked to see if we're actually?
Well, we've got a thing in the corner that says live.
Yeah, we're out there.
We're getting comments, so I'm assuming that we are.
Hello, Benjamin.
Watcha. I think we
I
might
saw
be.
Benjamin yesterday. He came into the shop. Oh my background blends into my background.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, it might be a little bit vibrant. I might have to switch it out for a black and white version next week. Well, next time. It's busy.
Busy.
So, what news have we got?
Don't know. Gonna deliver some videos.
Right, okay then. Well, on that note, we'll
apparently.
call it a day and we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time.
I've got a delivery to make on Saturday, so.
Oh, you're bringing the videos over?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Oh. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again for taking them. Oh, Mark's here as well. Hello.
Cool.
I always pause as though to give them a chance to say hello back. You know, it's like, it doesn't work like that, does it?
Doesn't work like that. Not quite.
No.
Not quite. Not unless you're on a Zoom call or something. Yeah. No, I thought I will gratuitously plug your videos, given that I hadn't. I failed miserably to join it last night because when I rewatched it back, I really wish I had been on it because that was probably epic. Bless you.
It was a good one.
It was a good one. That one,
Yeah.
fair dues. Yeah, I mean, there's some quality stuff from the Vectis at knockdown prices. I mean, that was really
Well,
nice to
that
see
one Star Wars lot was a knockdown price. Everything else was.
Everything else, not so much, but
Yeah. Oh, that was what I planned to do today, actually. I was going to sit here with the suit on for when it starts.
dare you though? Dare you? And
No,
will it fit?
no. I get one of the kids to do it.
Yeah.
You should have put it on. You should have put it on one of the kids on your video. Then they could have held the stalks through.
They weren't there at the time.
Well, your mum.
Unfortunately.
Put it on your mum.
My mum. I don't think it'd go around my mum.
Look at the
That's
wall
harsh.
space behind
That's harsh.
Andy.
Yes. He's referring to the fact that us collectors normally have no space to put anything, and you've got all that space.
Because it's my grown-up working room as well, Mark. So I have to keep it fairly neutral. Otherwise, I'd be getting sort of random comments all the time, which wouldn't be a propos for me, unfortunately. So
You need a roll down blind.
I know. I need something. I need a sort of trying to think of a random example of someone who has a sort of like a spin around wall or something, you know, in a comedy
Benjamin
fashion.
says it would fit him because he's tiny.
Oh.
I mean, I work from here, and people can see all my shit behind me. Well, not that there's much.
So what's the Stormtrooper? That's not the George Lucas one, is it? What's the Stormtrooper? Yeah, that one.
That's a
Whose head is it?
looks like a clone trooper head.
Right, it was a George Lucas Stormtrooper, yeah.
Right.
But a friend for my birthday, bless him, I didn't know anything about it. He sent me a Death. Is it the Death Star Trooper?
Right.
You know, the ones that wear the funny hats.
Yeah.
And I took the head off it and swapped it on the George Lucas. He's just like a random Stormtrooper guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Generic stormtrooper. It's trying to, that. Oh yeah, got it.
There you go.
Gareth Trooper.
So he's just like a
trooper from the vault.
It's,
That looks nothing like me.
no, it's too slim for a start.
It's not even like my AI image.
No. I'm going to fat shame the Cosmic Toy Man. He's too thin.
That's why I didn't put my Dalek suit on. I am not ashamed of this fact. I have worked years to get all this.
It's not fat, it's fuel for your intergalactic cosmic nature.
Yeah, for my sex engine.
Yeah, well, it all breaks down.
What does
from time
Benjamin
to
say?
time.
So Ed's got George's head laying around. Unless he's put it on the Death Star Trooper.
I have put it on the Death Star Trooper, yeah. And it actually, to be fair, it actually works better on the Death Star Trooper because it looks like some old sort of like English geezer that they hired to be all the Death Star
To be
personnel.
the English one ever.
Okay.
Because like when it's got the helmet on, on the chin strap kind of thing, it doesn't. I mean, it's packed away. Is that I've just got that one out now. Yeah, because it were all. They hired all English actors, didn't they, to play all the bad guys? So it was like,
Well, that's because English makes such good bad guys.
That was the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had Peter Cushing in his slippers, just sort of like,
And
We all
even when
make
they're
such
deceased, they have to bring them back again. So
This was, sorry, Andy.
even when they're deceased, they have to bring them back again. So
Yeah. I thought it were a decent enough job for the time on Rogue One.
Yeah.
I think Benjamin's asking if we're gonna burn the Kathleen Kennedy figures.
It's not Kathleen Kennedy. It's a multiverse Kathleen
From the
Kennedy.
Pandaverse. Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Have you not watched it?
I haven't watched it.
I won't spoil it for you if you do want to watch it, but
South Park. I don't do South Park.
it is funny. However, they go a bit easy on her. They could have gone a lot harder on her. Yeah. And not just her, but other people that work for Disney as well. They could have gone a lot harder on them, but they went just far enough. But I think they could have gone a lot further.
Okay.
But it's,
I wonder if anyone's clicked yet.
clicked what?
Here for details.
I don't know. Have they? Has anyone tried
No, that's
clicking?
why I'm asking.
Ah.
That man gave me to make it lame.
Ooh.
No, it's a chick. It's put a chick in it and make her gay.
No, I have seen that line repeated in people's reviews of it.
What?
That Kathleen Kennedy put someone gay in it and make it lame.
No,
I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
no.
clip.
Yeah, no. In the actual the show, it says put a chick in it and make her gay.
All right.
I've seen
What, in South Park?
Okay, I'm not going to argue with it when I haven't
South
seen it
Park,
myself,
anyway.
but I have seen in several YouTube videos that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
She may say it at some. Well, Cartman may say it at some
comes
point
out
later on,
somewhere.
but she comes out pretty well. Yeah, she
Well,
will.
from what I can make out, it's not her, is it? It's that's ruined Star Wars. It's actually a Kathleen Kennedy from an alternate dimension.
Well, no,
It's ruined Star Wars.
it's her to start with
Mm.
because it is her. It is Kathleen Kennedy, but then because she's using the Panda Stone too much, it like opens a portal up and it sucks her into an alternate dimension, and it sends another Kathleen Kennedy from another dimension. So like the swap over. I mean, to mention the fact they look nothing like each other, because the alternate universe Kathleen Kennedy is just Eric Cartman, with long brown hair and high heels on kind of thing,
I'm not entirely sure I want to watch this, I have to say.
Yeah. And
It's
Excuse me.
South Park.
I know.
it is funny. I mean, I couldn't speak intelligently on South Park past, I would say, season 3. I watched the first 3 seasons when they first came out, and I watched the movie. The movie was just... I thought I'd have to leave at one point because I was literally just crying. I couldn't breathe. I went with a couple of friends, John and James, and it was just like, couldn't breathe. But again, the movie, it gets to about 2/3 into the film, and then it kind of like, it's still funny, but it's not as funny as the first 2/3. It's almost as though they went in full on, and then they were like, oh, right, we can't really maintain this, and it
They're
kind of
not, they're not used to doing something that long, are they? Let's face it.
No, I mean, to be fair, I mean, one of the funniest bits though is sort of like his Saddam Hussein sodomizing the devil with a dildo. It's just like that is just absolutely hilarious. He's like, "Hey, come back to bed, Satan." It's like-
The B story is so true.
the B story.
Must be a B plot in it, is there?
What
Second-
plot in the?
secondary plot line in the South Park thing?
in the
presumably
Pandaverse?
means. That must be
don't
what
It's
you
not a
mean.
plot, let alone a subplot. Team America is way better. I actually don't mind Team America. I enjoyed that.
It's got Matt Damon in it.
Thunderbirds.
South Park, I managed the first half, I think, of the first ever episode. I didn't get beyond that. Which is more than what I did for Rick and Morty. I managed about 5 minutes of that.
Yeah, I've never got into that one. I know of it, but that's
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Just think Back to the Future on meth.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
So
Hello,
we-
Lobot. How we doing, sir? Are you well?
You're in Lobot.
Good evening, chaps. Now, is he saying good evening, chaps, as in, hello to us guys? Or is he saying good evening, chaps, because he's just found his crotchless chaps in his wardrobe? He's like going, oh, good evening, chaps.
Or he could be saying good evening to the chaps in the chat. The chap
Yes, he
chaps.
could, yeah.
The chaps.
Mm.
Chap chaps.
He could have a chap in some chaps.
I saw
Who's
the Book of
looking quite-
Mormon there, then. Okay.
Yeah. A chap in some chaps who is quite chapped.
Ooh.
Need a chat.
I hope they're clean chaps then.
Yeah. You don't want chafing in chaps. That's just like,
No.
So, not wishing to drag us back on topic at all, if we even have one, but we were going to talk about influences, weren't we?
We are. That's the plan. Yes, that's the
Yeah.
plan.
So you're wanting to influence the conversation back towards speaking about influencers.
This isn't the conversation you're looking for.
Well, to be fair, these chats normally last for a good 2 hours, don't they? So I wasn't in any rush
Yeah.
to get to the one and only topic that I've thought of.
I
got one to-
refuse your influence.
I've got one for 2 weeks hence. Come on.
You have.
In fact, I had it, and then I lost it, and then I had it again, and then I dashed upstairs to get my phone and say, I'm going to tell you this before I forget it again.
Well,
I
we will mention it at the end of the episode,
Okay.
so that anyone who is watching can think about what their idea.
So we're giving them homework now, basically.
Yeah, and then they can join in with us next
They
time.
can join in. Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea.
On corgi cars. No,
Um,
Mark, not.
Right. We'll go on then. We'll get on to our topic, which is I wouldn't mind. I haven't done any homework for this myself. I'm literally just going to bring up my YouTube and look at who I subscribe to.
Okay,
And
careful.
that's literally us talking and discussing who it is that we watch on this platform.
Yeah,
'cause
and I also I actually had a secondary thought. So I
Ooh.
had thought about it.
who is adding layers, dear? Layers.
Yes,
Like
because
an onion.
you'll often find that on some of my videos, at least, I often blame the eBay algorithm for influencing me, because it often leads me down the proverbial garden path into things that I hadn't thought about. Like last night when it started showing me god phoenixes from and sort of Gacha Sparta, things of this nature from Battle of the Planets, and I'm like, that's not fair. I've forgotten about them, and now you've led me down this dark hole of potentially getting broken ones that I might be able to fix ish, or I could just buy a better one for like 3 times the cost. And then I discovered that the thing that I thought was something had different variations to it, which I'd never seen before. So it's like, eBay can be evil like that.
What? eBay's evil?
Mm.
Well, that's why we all call it Evil Bay.
Do you know what I think of eBay?
Wait for
Would
it.
you like to know?
Wait for it.
Wankers. Fucking embarrassing. Waste of our time. Fucking waste of our time.
There we go.
When did you add that?
I was going to say he's got some tools now. Clearly,
Yeah, this is what happens when I gift Eddie a little bit of
Taking
responsibility.
power, didn't you?
You can always take it off me. It's your show. We are just lesser mortals here.
We'll see how it goes. We may be needing a new council member by the end of the night.
Fine by me. Actually, you know what I think of this?
Wankers. Fucking embarrassing. Waste of our time. Fucking waste of our time.
Oh,
Right.
dear me.
That's the last time now. Go on, carry on. What were you on about?
Interesting.
Actually,
I
no,
don't
that's it.
know,
No,
I
I
lost it.
forgot because my attention
lost
span ain't long enough.
Right, Andy was telling us about how he gets drawn down the rabbit hole by
That was the other word I
eBay
was looking
and
Right.
its unscrupulous algorithms.
Which are uncannily accurate, and they apparently have a direct telepathic link to my mind, which is quite worrying.
See,
really.
it's strange because I never look at anything that eBay recommends to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I literally I go to eBay, I search, and that's as far as I go. He's gone.
You're clearly a more cultured man than I. What can I say?
It's all right. Me flap's a bit loose.
No, but normally I start searching for stuff.
I'm telling
I
you,
will
there's
be-
exercises you can do to remedy that.
I can quite happily search for stuff.
What
But then
health
when I lose focus, my eyes drift down to the recommended or sponsored bits, and I end up getting
Hello,
distracted.
Kirsty.
I said hello to Kirsty before.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. So it's
Mark
yeah,
says I've given him unlimited power.
like the Emperor. Yes. Unlimited power. So, but beyond that, I don't know. I mean, really, I think for me, I mean, finding you was down to the Leicester Vintage and Old Toy Store, Toy Shop on Tour series. That one. Cosmic, that one. Him there. Because had I not been watching that, I wouldn't have tried to go to Leeds and discovered that he was in Dewsbury.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But anyway, but that just and that was actually because of COVID as well. Had I not been poorly with COVID, and even that was actually down to the YouTube algorithm that somehow threw that at me. So God knows why that got recommended. Because I don't remember why I first started watching it. I don't know if I'd searched for something else, so YouTube thought I'd be interested in that or something. That was on my telly, which doesn't have my normal YouTube account on it. So it was that random, I think. I don't know. Because even the shop in Halifax that I sometimes used to go to, and I mean, it seems to be dead now, but he wouldn't have mentioned them because that wasn't really his thing. He didn't really have like an influencing presence at all. He did have an eBay account, I think, but that was about it. So he wasn't like he was doing this. So yeah, and then for me, yeah, I also then got recommended Froggy Flips by YouTube, and started watching that stuff. In parts because it was a really fascinating little window onto American life as much as anything else. Because when I started watching his videos, he didn't do just toys. He did all sorts of random stuff. And he just seemed to have this encyclopedic knowledge of what would sell and what wouldn't. So he was just picking stuff up from our equivalent of car boot sales, yard sales. He saw you on my channel, say it. So he saw you on my channel, eh?
He's trying to infer that you saw Cosmic Toys on his channel.
Oh, right. I'm sure I would have done as well. But again, you see, I don't know how I came to find Mark's stuff, but I definitely remember some of Mark's stuff from sort of way back. So it's kind of, yeah. But I suppose you naturally settle into a sort of a circle of similar channels because everyone's watching everyone else's stuff, so it kind of plugs you into it, doesn't it? But it's all very clever. Fair dues to the algorithm gods. I mean, it's clever. Friend, you not do salacious rum.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
I've been invited onto Salacious Rum's, what's he call it? Lego Studs and Brick Babes.
Oh yeah.
I was invited onto that on Sunday, but I couldn't have done it because housework was going on around me and hoovers were blaring and kids were screaming. It wouldn't have been made for a very interesting.
Lego Studs and Brick Babes.
That's the one.
What is this? Some kind of like Lego porn site or something like that? Oh.
No,
I
you
knew
need,
you
you,
were
need,
gonna go
you
there.
need to watch a little bit of Salacious Rum to get his sense of humour.
Right. Okay.
He's cool. He is cool. But yeah, I was putting Doctor Who jigsaws together and they were like, oh, come on and join us, that'll do. It's literally just a bunch of people. I think it's on a Sunday every week and they build Lego sets and chat while they're
That was one of the things I started watching actually when I was during COVID times, because I think a lot of people started, obviously, and a lot of people got more audience through lockdowns and stuff as well. But there was a channel called sort of London Bricks and places like that where I was, because I was into my Lego. Your eyes, it's just dying. It's fine.
Is he all right?
He's got his water. I think he's gonna have a slurp. But you know, because I was doing Lego ideas already, that you know I started getting shown stuff like that. I think on YouTube. So you know, one of my first live interviews I did on camera was for one of my Lego ideas for my Eagle, and that was quite good fun. And then I got involved with some of the streams like that from time to time. You know, so yeah. Have you overheated, Ed?
Warm? He's warm.
You what?
Have you overheated?
Yeah, feeling warm now. But having a dab on. Perhaps I'm perimenopausal or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, so what you're trying to say is then, in a kind of like shorthand version, Andy, is that you're influenced by eBay. You go on a night and you just spend loads of money.
No, I'm quite picky, and Gareth will appreciate this because I like to get. I have a certain minimum requirements in terms of, you know, what something looks like. So for me, I think it's a question of, you know, would I be all right to display it? That's what it boils down to. So like I'm looking at all these God Phoenixes and they're all kind of wrecked to some extent or another. I'm thinking, do I want it for a video, just sort of show people what I'm talking about, and if I did that, would I then be able to display it? And if I can't display it afterwards, I'd probably go.
Could you piecemeal one? Like, you know, buy various, you know, maybe two or three junkers that and make one good one.
That's exactly what I was thinking about last night. But ironically, the only way I could get the pieces I need would be just to buy a good one anyway.
Right.
So there may not be a huge amount of point. I suspect the ones that you find that are junkers would all miss the same sorts of pieces.
Right.
So you would never be able to do it without actually just buying a decent one in the first place. Effectively.
What I mean, I've not looked, but what's the ridiculous prices they're going for now on eBay?
Well, actually, the one I was looking at wasn't. There were two I was looking at. I'm not sure if I know the official names, but there's one called PB-94, which is a combiner of about 5 ships that interlock together to form a big delta.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Now, the one that I had when I was little, that I randomly had, presumably because it said Battle of the Planets on it, and my parents got me it, because I wouldn't have known about it. It had very, very blacked out canopies on the various combining ships, and it broke into 5 separate pieces at least. The one I saw last night was actually 2 solid pieces, but it looked virtually the same, and it had clear canopies.
Right.
So apparently there's a Singapore version, there's a Japanese version, but they were both the clear canopies style.
Right.
So this one that I saw, and I have seen other examples of, is another one again, but boxed, £2,000.
No.
So no, but there were piecemeal ones where I could have sort of got bits and sorted them together. But the other thing that started me on that path was the God Phoenix without an O. And I think it's actually the God Phoenix 2, effectively. So it's not the original Battle of the Planet ship. It's the one that looks like a sort of Condor.
Yeah.
With the little yellow vehicles and all that sort of good stuff. And there are various messed up examples of that around. So it's usually
the beak section that breaks off first.
Exactly. That's it. That's exactly it. So one with a beak section is about £65, apparently.
Right.
varying levels of completeness. But I mean, it looks like they actually came with little minifigures and stuff, you know, in the original packaging and so on. So getting one of those actually, you know, sealed would obviously be very, very pricey. But I mean, those, you know, I wouldn't reject it at 60 odd, but I wasn't particularly planning on it either. So I'm just sort of thinking about it.
Right.
Really.
No, it's interesting because, like I said, I had one of those as a kid, the God Phoenix.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah,
with the little yellow vehicles and stuff like that, and it's lost to time. No idea what happened to it.
No, me neither.
You know, it got played with. You know, it was a toy that was played with. But
well, for me, I really associate it with a place as well, which is why I'm quite interested, because it's a direct line to memories, you know. So that's kind of why I was when I. But again, just like a random picture on an eBay recommended thing, and I was like, why? How did you what? You know, it's like, God damn it.
Well, the one I got was purchased from Trago Mills in Falmouth when we were on holiday down Cornwall one year.
I think we've had this conversation actually.
It's possible, yeah. Because there's two down there. There's the big one that's at Newton Abbot, and then there's the other one that's at Falmouth. Because, well, actually, no, I know why we've had this conversation. Because it's where I got my Starfleet VHSs from. The Space Quest for F-01.
Indeed.
Yeah. So that's where we've discussed it before. But no, that's interesting. I mean, it's not something I'm in an immediate rush to regain into my collection, but I suppose if I felt a bit tasty one night and I saw one that were decent, then, you know, I may do. But, you know, it's not. I want an actual God Phoenix first. I've got my eye on a kit version that's out there at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Which comes with all the lights and stuff. It's like all light up and that. So, but I'm gonna wait till I've got the Moderoid first. I'm gonna see to that first, and then I might take it after that. So, yeah. Oh.
Cool. Never seen one at any of the fairs yet. I must say.
This what?
I haven't seen one at any of the fairs yet, but I suspect they're probably the sort of thing that would get scooped up early doors. So you'd probably have to be there really early doors to actually grab it.
Right.
Gareth's nodding at me.
Well, I was surprised that Terrahawks thing was still there the other day, last week.
Yes. I was slightly surprised at that as well. And I think he probably would have moved a little bit on the price as well.
Well, he did say he was open to offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in.
But the thing is, those versions of them are quite plasticky.
Yeah.
Because they're the smaller versions of them. They're not the all singing, all dancing Bandai die-casty versions. Because I still have very, very clear memories of my Battlehawk and it being completely awesome at the time. You know, even though it doesn't look like it should fly worth a damn, it's still awesome. And it had a battle tank underneath it as well, which was great. They could actually drop. It had little hatches, and it could drop, and you could pick it back up again as well on the fly. So it was cool. It was cool.
I remember seeing them as a kid on the toy shelves. Well, not round here. Again, it was a particular shop that would. When we used to go on holiday in Cornwall in Perranporth, they had all this stuff. They even had old Diaclone stuff in there, and the Poppy stuff, and the Godakin and things like that. There were all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the Terrahawks always used to stand out to me because of the packaging. And basically the big sort of like L-shaped window, and then they were set in polystyrene.
Yeah.
You know, so it had that like orange piping all the way around the box, which, you know, it was stood out. And, you know, I mean, obviously as well, I used to watch the show, you know, the marionette show and that. I was always a fan of the Zeroids. I like the Zeroids.
They're not marionettes, interestingly.
I'm just using it as a broad term. I know what they are and aren't. Mr. Pedantic. I can tell you're talking to fucking collectors, can't you? They love tripping you up every 2 minutes. I know what I meant. They know what I meant.
Right then.
So that's your influences.
I was just going to say, getting back to who the influencers are, who do you subscribe to on YouTube?
Some bloke called Cosmic Toy Man and
Blue
Harvest Toy.
I'm at other side. I'm at this side.
All around there. Them. Him. That one. Him with the big glassy cabinets behind him. So that's now all of us because of the background, so that doesn't work out.
Sorry for being a bit distracted. I'm just trying my hardest to get someone else onto the live stream with us.
Oh, right, okay.
This person is being a little.
Who? Who is it?
It's
Come on,
Mark.
name and shame.
Mark.
Mark.
Ah. Come twice.
He can only come on if he wears his hat and his leather jacket.
Oh, shut up, Ed. Just because you had your hat and jacket on early.
I've still got my jacket on.
I'll get my hat on. Get my hat on. Beware.
No, he's been a bit reluctant, bless him.
Oh.
He says he'll do it if I give him my Robo Skull, but he's got no chance.
Not a prayer. Not an absolute prayer.
That seems to be mercenary, honestly.
In fact, I don't know if any of you have noticed, these cabinets have had a big move around this week. Every single one of those squares has been taken out, cleaned, put back in, reorganised, and they're all somewhere different. And the only one that I didn't touch, because I'm happy with it, is the Robo Skull shelf.
Is that? I've just noticed. Is that an R5D4 next to Robo Skull in front
It
of
is,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's other way, Gareth. There you go.
He's mixing the continuities. He's got a Death Star droid in there.
Oh yeah, it's that shelf is whacked.
Well, it's only like my sort of cartoon characters kind of shelf. It's just full of utterly. In fact, that was kind of the point. It was got like Pirates of Dark Water and Bucky O'Hare and Battle Beasts for no apparent reason.
The only kind of rule I've tried to stick to is that all the figures on it, apart from the Cybermen at the back, which I forgot about, all the other figures on it are 3 3/4 inch scale. And I've also tried to make them so they're all 5 points of articulation like Action Force and Star Wars. I'm talking to you on Lack and trying to sort some videos out, plus trying to get my pizza. Lobot's welcome to come on if he wants to come on. Lobot, do you want to come on?
There's a chap on Instagram who, incidentally, I interviewed a while
Not
ago. Alatoy Fantastic.
Right,
And he does customs, for Action Force. And one of the setups he's got is a selection of Death Star droids that are painted up to look like they're part of the Red Shadow teams. And look, he's done a really nice job on them.
Nice.
They look really nice. And then there's a guy called Kraken. It's either Kraken Capers or Kraken Awakes. And he's been doing some custom. It's a cross between the Kraken and Bosk from Star Wars. And they're done up. They're done up to look like, Red Shadows. In the Red Shadow, well, the enemy forces.
Yeah. There's one custom in there.
All right, yeah.
That's cool.
It's purely because when it came to me, it was yellowed, really yellowed, and I was like, "Oh, what shall I do with it?" And I was like, "You know what? It's a desert trooper, not a snow trooper, but a desert trooper."
Desert Trooper.
It's Trevor the Beige.
And it
Possibly a
fits.
Swamp
It
Trooper.
fits, it works.
Yeah, he's very beige. He'd be like, "Hello, I'm Trevor. I'm a desert trooper."
I'm a Trevor Trooper.
and I know that most of the audience will know who this is, but just in case anyone don't know who the Kraken is that you're talking about,
Yep, that's the Kraken.
there
Better
we
get
go.
cracking.
Genetically engineered by the Baron.
Which looks a bit like a Sea Devil from Doctor Who, but bright green. I'm sorry, I lied. There's one other that's not 3.5,
Max joined us.
3.75 inch.
Hello, Lack.
A die-cast Hulkbuster that was gifted to me
yeah.
by one of my subscribers and one of my good customers and friends. Thank you very much, Arif. And while I'm thanking people, Benjamin, I don't know if you can see it, but thank you very much. Your gift of a Godzilla die-cast Hot Wheels Bigfoot thing? That's right there. Right there.
That's Godzilla.
Behind the...
I'm trying to work this one out. These poor beggars are giving you gifts. You own a bloody toy shop.
I know, isn't it?
What are
lovely?
they doing giving you stuff? You should be
They're my
giving them
people.
stuff.
I look after them too.
You should be giving your subscribers freebies.
Well, speaking of that, thank you so much for that segue. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm heading towards 500 subscribers now. I've passed the 450 mark, so I have decided to do a giveaway.
Ah.
So once I do hit that 500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a Doctor Who DVD that is signed by Tom Baker. And it's
Wow.
not just signed by him, but it's also got his last line.
Does it contain his DNA so we can clone him?
Well, it probably does do. He's getting
That's a
on a
Big
bit
Bang
now. He
reference.
might have dribbled on it.
Yeah,
He's
linked
wrote on
it.
there, it's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. So, of all those DVDs that I've got, the very first one that I've picked out with an idea of what to do with it is to give it away.
Oh.
So yeah, first giveaway on the channel. But we need to hit 500 subscribers first. I don't know how I'm going to give it away yet either. I've not looked into that yet.
What you could do is you could give it away to the person who wins it, and to claim it, they've to come to the shop and spent £20.
Right, I'm called Gareth,
Look.
not Roland. I know that one's lost on you, Andy, but both Eddie and Mark will know exactly who I mean. Although Roland actually featured in your Bolton video.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the dealer you said was a lovely chap.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he used to have a shop in Dewsbury as well. He wasn't such a lovely chap.
Actually, no, let's be fair.
Very innocent.
When I used to speak to Roland, yeah, as a person to speak to, he was actually quite personable and pleasant.
Yes.
Is this
So I mean,
terrible?
if you can separate that
Oh.
from, the person as he was as a trader and a buyer and a seller, but actually just speaking as a person, it was fine. It came across quite personably, But everybody has different experiences with people. I mean, shock horror. There's some people out there that don't like me. It's just like,
Oh, there's
You know.
certainly some people that don't like me. There's some people that I've made sure don't like me.
Can we say hello to Lack? Because I'm not sure Lack's been here before.
I don't know if he has actually. I'm trying to find. There we go. We'll go with that one. Hello, Lack. It seems to be a big conversation between him and Blue. Him
Yeah.
and Mark.
is that the YouTube handle, or is that the person's
It's his
actual
YouTube
name?
handle. I do believe the persona he puts across on his videos are that he's Lack Sivrak as well. Lack Sivrak being the Shistavan from the Cantina in A New Hope,
Got
the
you.
Wolfman.
Ah,
Am I right in thinking that it was the special edition as well? Because I don't think it was in the original cut, was he? The Wolfman.
I'd have to go back and watch.
That's us getting a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Not when you whistle it.
There we are. He's put his link in there. Well, Rolando's put his link in there. Good man, Rolando. Google reviewers don't like me. No, I've got a couple of negative reviews. In fact, one of them though is for my mother. So it certainly ain't me.
That makes no sense. All the original.
Only some. Yes, only some. I'm guessing that's to people who dislike me. Right, let's get back on topic. Eddie, who do you subscribe to?
Not many people. I made a list. I did my homework today while I was having my dinner, and I made a list. There are quite a few. Right, with regards my hobby, if you will, yeah, of the Vaults of Iacon stuff. Really, with any kind of, I'd say, reasonable regularities, there's only really 3 that I watch, and that would be yourself, Cosmic, and Nesbit down here, Mr. Pedantic, and then the other one would be Ben from Ben's Collectibles.
Okay. Tough luck,
but
Mark.
You what? Sorry.
I said tough luck, Mark.
Oh, I think I've only ever watched one of Mark's. It was a live stream he did, and I asked him about his 1/18 scale Herbie which I believe was a custom. I think he said it was a custom. Oh yeah, sorry, I watched his Bolton video. Yeah. Did you tell him I watched that?
I might have done.
You do very occasionally.
I actually forwarded on the.
This one. What, Andy?
I just said you do occasionally decloak at the end when you have been watching them quietly for.
Oh yeah. But like I mean, I'll like I said, with reasonable regularity, it's Gareth stuff, and I'll watch your stuff. I'll be honest with you, I don't always like and I don't always comment, but that's just me. I just watch and that. But really, I don't tend to subscribe to a lot of people. I am subscribed to some people, but not as Vaults of Iacon. I watch most of the stuff I watch on YouTube is nothing to do with my hobby or collecting. Because it's like I have a break from that and I go and watch other stuff. So I do watch a lot of stuff with regards. Dare I say the word? Let's not say the word, but we know the word I'm thinking of. I watch a lot of stuff to deal with that. Yeah, maybe low bottle type the word that I'm thinking of. So there's people like, if I just go off the top of it, so there's Kim Justice. She does quite a lot of stuff with regards, the Spectrum related. She does a lot of, but it's like to do with the history of like one good one that she did was about Imagine Software and Ocean Software and things like that. Software houses. There's Paul Jenkinson. He does some really good videos about the Spectrum. Nostalgia Nerd.
He said it.
I did, yeah. But then, other than that, it's just like most of the stuff that I tend to watch on YouTube is kind of. It's kind of sort of like. It's more on the lines of intellectual stuff to get me thinking. So there's a lot of stuff with regards to space and physics and things like that, and astronomy and and stuff. Anything to do with like space. And science. I mean, like Isaac Asimov lectures. I watch them every year and stuff. So it's all that I prefer. Because of the stuff I post on Instagram and things like that. I usually find out what I need to know on there. So if there's anything coming out or if there's anyone's done a review or anything like that, I will watch the occasional. If I get a new figure in. There's one or two people I go to watch like a transformation video, and I'll go and I'll say, right, okay, but I think the main reason why I don't bother or try not to is because I don't want to be influenced.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah. And that's
I mean, I don't watch people to be influenced particularly.
No,
it's more to have interest. I don't really watch to be influenced, and
yeah.
I think past a certain age, you know what you like anyway, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's more to discover stuff, isn't it? Toy Polloi is another one I see on occasion as well. Actually,
I've watched his stuff.
I will be completely honest. When I was mentioned, the whole point of this, well, not point of the episode, but the whole idea behind this topic was to talk about the people that we watch and enjoy, not necessarily the influencers. The only reason I came up with the word decided to use the word influencers was because I liked the idea of calling the episode Under the Influence. It's purely for that reason. Influenced.
Well,
I know what you mean. I mean, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly like the term influencer.
No, I don't. Although having kids. And knowing what they watch when they visit their mothers on YouTube and how they come back talking about it and what they then want to do, they are influenced. Definitely 100% influenced by what they watch. But then again, they're influenced by watching anything. It can be something on Netflix, it can be a DVD. They're influenced by what they watch. They're sponges of kids.
Bloody TikTok.
Really are sponges.
Oh yeah, as children, yeah. I mean, I think, like I say, as you get older, and like what Andy said, you get to a point. I mean, it's I mean, if I get a whiff of if I'm watching something, if I get a slightest whiff that someone's trying to, send a message out or try and, I'd just turn it straight off. Thought, no, balls to you. I want to watch something to be entertained. I don't want to be, told a thing or, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, kids are like, sponges, as they say.
They really are.
But
and I will be honest. I probably have been influenced, but more a point of being reminded of something that I've forgotten about, and then it's like, oh my god, I forgot all about that. And suddenly, then it'll be a case of now it's there in my mind. I now remember that I need it.
What's that? Is it? Well, I'm trying to think what the channel's called. Is like Secret Galaxy or something.
Oh, Secret Galaxy is wonderful.
All these sort of retro shows.
I'm trying to remember if they've changed the name to Secret Galaxy or whether or not they've changed it from Secret Galaxy. I suppose this is where I bring up my.
I mean, Lobot makes an interesting comment in the chat there when he says that one you put up actually went a bit mad when I first discovered the toy community. Now struggle to that.
It's Secret Galaxy. It used to be Toy Galaxy.
Because that is an issue for me as well, in particular, because it's like, how the hell do I actually manage to keep up with everyone who's producing content? Because when you actually stop and think about how many hours just a few of your favorite content providers put up in a week. For me personally, given that I'm sort of single-handed and trying to do everything else as well, it's kind of, I don't always keep up with everything because I just can't. And I don't even watch that many series on the TV, really. So I always somehow seem to be time poor somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but it does happen for me.
Certain toy YouTubers have lost their way. Now, if only there was a way that you could elaborate upon that, where you could actually put your point across properly, Mark.
Rapidly, in real time, without use of a keyboard.
Well, you're welcome to. Come along. I've sent you a link.
Toy YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to say what specifically was it behind that? How have they lost the way? And is there a way to start with? I mean, people do what they do.
Perhaps he's implying that they've sold out in some way, Ed. That perhaps they've given over to the commercial gods of money. Perhaps they're going to get paid for promoting things which perhaps they don't truly believe in.
Well, I mean, I'm not being funny, but if it puts money in your pocket. Why not? If someone came along to me and said, "Look, I'll pay a shit ton of money to do this," I'd be like, "Yeah, go on then. Thank you very much."
I'm looking at my subscribers list now, and I'm like, "Wow, there's quite a lot live all at the same time." It's like, 2 of them are you.
Funny that.
What's that? I used to also say I'd rather float with my hypocrisy than sink with my principles.
I think he's saying that they lost their integrity.
Yeah,
I think I know what he means by some of them. I think I know what he means by some of them.
But in what way? In what way? I mean, integrity in what? Like I said, the shipping for a particular company or what?
I think I could be wrong. I could just be putting words in his mouth here. But what I'm reading here is that there's a lot of toy companies out there that had certain opinions on certain brands, and then when those certain brands start sending them things for free, all of a sudden those brands are amazing and they can't do anything wrong.
It happens. Yeah.
It's tricky, isn't it?
But the thing is, though, you have to. I mean, playing devil's advocate here, you have to think if someone.
If I could just interrupt for 1 minute, Ed. If I'm wrong on that, Mark, I don't want you to tell me in the comments.
If someone rocks up to you and offers you some money and a good chunk of money to do something, and you need some money, it's like, well, because at the end of the day, they are only toys. It's not important, really, is it? So it's just like, get a few quid for saying this is a good toy, even if you don't believe it. No harm done, really. Like I said, if anyone wants to offer me to review a toy, you know, I'm available.
He's always available.
Yeah, I'll take the money, thank you. Screw me integrity.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
integrity doesn't put food on your table.
So are you going
Not
to
naming names.
not naming names clearly on no names basis?
Well,
So
then
are you going to show us an
talking
example?
about it if you're not going to tell us who to avoid?
Yeah, come on, stop talking big bollocks, Blue Harvest. Get on here and open your mouth.
Well, I
You're gonna
suppose I
say-
should mention some of the ones that I follow then, shouldn't I?
Yes,
Yeah,
come
go
on,
on,
get
do
on
that.
with it. Go on.
Okay. Well,
Who are your well, I know one of your influencers.
influencers.
Yeah, I know someone who's influenced you,
Go
especially
on.
with regard to videos with segues and glitch effects and.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot that use that. But go on.
Mhm.
Go on.
What? What we were talking about last time I saw you, and I was saying you've nicked my bloody shtick. With,
Oh, right. Okay.
Was he? He wasn't actually being that dense, was he? Really?
no, it was just plain hard to get.
Yeah.
Well, no, the glitches I've been using since I first discovered them in not CapCut, but the one before that.
Yeah.
What did I used to use?
You use ClipChamp first, not Clip.
ClipChamp.
Yeah, you use ClipChamp first.
ClipChamp.
No,
Yes.
you've not forgot that you use ClipChamp. Get
No,
out.
I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, in
Oh, he's playing out to get Andy. He's playing out to get.
in ClipChamp, in fact, if you go back to some of my earlier videos, you'll see the glitches in there. The TV thing, it's one of those things that's been at the back of my mind for a long time, and there was nothing that I had in my videos that would have.
Secret Galaxy does that.
Yeah, exactly. Secret Galaxy, loads do it. One guy who I'm going to mention in a minute does it. But then the first time I had planned to do it, that I had, it'll work on this, Ed had started doing it, and I was like, he's going to think I'm copying him.
But no, listen.
I think it's
You
a
know,
case
like
of great minds thinking alike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
copying is the sincerest form of flattery. So I feel flattered.
And I would love to.
Oh, hang
flatter
on a
you right
minute.
now.
Have you not stolen Blue Harvest thumbnail as well?
No, after he accused me, I accused him. I didn't accuse him of stealing my thumbnail. I accused him of stealing the idea from my thumbnail, which was my head on the astronaut body that I designed I got a certain artificial intelligence to help me design the Cosmic Toy Man. And then I put my head on it. And then in the next thumbnail that Mark put up, it's my head and his head on Kirk, and I think it's Chekhov. And I was like,
Oh, I saw
my
that one.
idea. But he's saying now that he wasn't copying, he was influenced by.
Tell you something, it's all sounding very
Trouble is,
incestuous
like
at the
Simpsons,
moment.
they've all- yeah, of course they have. Everyone's already. I'm not doing anything original whatsoever. I don't think a single one of us is doing anything original whatsoever.
But it's quite funny because whatever that thing was that you used to do our intros with, I can now almost recognize them on loads of other people's stuff. Because clearly that's a very popular tool that people use to.
What's annoying is that a few years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, everyone had these filter apps on their phone where they would take one of their photographs and it had just put an animated image across it, and so it was exactly the same picture, but it just looked like a cartoon character. And that's what I wanted to use in my thing. But all I can find now are these AI things. I can't find any of these filters. And the AI thing completely reworks the photograph and turns you into something completely different.
Well, aren't there those people that you can purchase the services of for sort of discrete bits of work?
Why would I do that when there's free ones out there?
Well, of course, you're a Yorkshire man. I mean, why would you?
Exactly.
That's understood.
We're all Yorkshiremen, aren't we? Oh, you're a little bit Welsh, aren't you?
Originally-ish.
Originally.
I'm adopted Yorkshire these days, really. I've
Adopted
been
Yorkshire.
bouncing around
Right,
Europe.
yeah, we'll go with adopted Yorkshireman rather than Welsh, otherwise I'll think of you with Velcro gloves and going out looking for sheep.
I didn't know you were a taffy. I'm going to start calling you Taffy now. That's it.
You
are
can
Andy
change
Moore.
the filter, and I have changed the filters. And if you look back at one of our previous streams, you will see us talking about AI, and I'll put up and it shows all the different filters.
Oh yes.
A lot of them were identical.
So, whereabouts in Welshland are you hailing from, Andy?
Welsh.
The northern part, Colwyn Bay direction, on the coast.
I see.
Yes.
Been round there a lot of years ago, but been round there. You just go on school trips to Crickether.
A lot of people go on school trips. Yeah, my son even went down there on a school trip, and it's like, yes, well, you do know where that is, you know. It's I did know is just along the coast from where I grew up as well. So a lot of people know that for the Great Ormes and all that good stuff. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good school trip for that. Went to Crickether for a week. We did Snowdon, and then we also learned about this bloke called Gerald, who was like some kind of... He was a monk or something who got martyred.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had Catholic school. It was a whole Catholic school thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, very good. Taffy.
On this week's episode of the Cosmic Welsh History.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can we can tie that into sort of a Torchwood episode somehow, can't we?
I won't talk to you with my Welsh accent because rather than the valleys, it sounds more Punjabi than the valleys.
It'll be that cannibal episode. Very
Cannibal?
good but uncomfortable episode was that.
What episode was that?
The cannibal one
On what?
on Torchwood.
Torchwood.
Which one was that? What series was that?
It was the first series,
Was it?
but they're all out. They're out camping or something, and the Torchwood crew they're having their holiday and whatnot. And
John Barrowman's out camping. What is it?
well,
They're basking some high heels.
people have gone missing, and they think there's some supernatural reason for it, and it turns out it's
Right.
just a family in a farmhouse. They've got all these dead bodies just hanging up, wrapped in plastic,
Right.
waiting to be eaten. And
Snacks.
the scariest thing at the end of it is when Gwen asks the chap, "But why did you do it? Why would you do something like that?" And he just replies with, "Because I liked it, or because it made me feel good." Oh no, sorry. Because it made me feel happy. And it's just like, that's horrifying.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, we are supposed to taste like pork. That's why humans are called long pigs.
Okay.
They taste like pork.
Oh, okay.
But interesting. Maybe someone could tell. So like on BBC iPlayer, they've put all the Doctor Who's on there now. Do we know if they've put Torchwood on there as well?
I believe so, yeah.
They have.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
I might take that opportunity to go back and watch them then, because I remember. I mean, obviously, I can't remember that episode, but I do vaguely remember enjoying the first, and I think the first two series of Torchwood, weren't there? And then
I love the third series.
It's what? Sorry.
I love the third series.
Right.
Children of Earth.
Oh, right. Yeah, 30. But that was more like a one
It was a
extended episode, wasn't it?
5-part mini-series, I think it was.
Yeah.
Was that with Bill Pullman in it? Was Bill Pullman?
No. That was a series nobody likes.
It had Doctor Who in it, except it wasn't Doctor Who because I saw a clip of it the other day.
Yes, Peter Capaldi was in that episode, in that series, yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pullman one is the one that came after that one, isn't it? Where they went to film it in America.
Miracle Day.
Miracle Day.
How does Mark know we taste like pork?
No, he's talking about you specifically. Oh, I did ask him as well about your time at McDonald's, and they don't coincide.
Right. Was he there? Well, I'm assuming after. Was he there after?
I think so, yes.
Right.
When did you say?
Me, from 91.
Right, he was late 80s,
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
And did you left by 91?
I think so, yes.
Right.
That's what, it was a different time to what you said anyway.
Right.
I think.
Right.
He can always contradict
He's
me.
around about the same age as us, is he?
Oh, as you.
fuck off.
Well, I'm not about the same age as you, am I?
Give or take a year or two.
A year or two.
Anyway, back to your influences. Enough.
Yeah,
We
go on.
haven't even started yet.
Chop. Come on, we're an hour in. Come
There
on.
we go. I told you, 87
we're
to
an hour in.
89. I said
Although
late 80s.
All those poor buggers out there with short attention spans that can't last 48
Yeah, they've all solid off.
seconds.
That's why we've only got 7 watches.
They left.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, we've got to have some honourable mentions, haven't we? Which we'll start off with those presents. Vaults of Iacon. I do watch that channel, and you know I do because I comment along to almost every video.
Help you.
Excelsior's the name.
I find he's okay, but I'm just sick to death of hearing about fucking Transformers. It just does my head in.
That's usually
Which is,
one of my
you know,
comments.
I mean, you'd think it being a Transformers channel, he'd talk about something else, but he doesn't. You know, it's like that bloke, what they call it, Cosmic Toy Man. He's always talking about bloody Godzilla and Doctor Who.
Haven't mentioned Godzilla today.
And then in stark contrast, my channel's first video is I talk about a load of stuff.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
then proceed to start talking about Babylon 5 all the time.
I've made
Goldfish are on
I've watched
TikTok.
my last 2 episodes now, but I just haven't done the video yet.
Right.
Okay.
I literally did it before this. I was trying to be productive this evening.
So the last 2 episodes ever.
Well, until they recently rebooted it in animated format, yes.
Right.
Crusade.
I'm in the box now, but yeah, the Lost Tales they're called.
Oh, The Lost Tale. Oh, you watch them. Oh. Oh.
There they are.
You have my deepest sympathies.
Do you know what? I actually quite like them.
Really?
Yeah, I know they're odd because they're almost like closed room kind of things, but actually,
Hello, Lily.
Who's
they
Lily?
I have no idea. It's
Lily?
Lily who?
They were actually very well done in terms of the writing and the characters and you know, because they were so focused on only 1 or 2. I think my older brain's like thinking, I quite like this. It's easier to concentrate on just 1 or 2 at a time. So it's it was actually I actually quite like that, and the effects are that much better as well because it's like 10 years on. So actually, I'm going. There's a ship. There's a ship. There's a new ship. There's a new ship, and it's it was actually. There's only an hour and 10 minutes of it. That's all there is.
I remember buying it. I remember paying full price for it, having it pre-ordered, getting it and taking it home the day that it released, putting it on. These Lost Tales should have stayed lost.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't forget. I mean, even by that stage, a lot of the original cast had passed, sadly.
Yeah.
And there's reference to it directly in it.
Same with Legend of the Rangers as well. Have you watched that one?
I have watched Legend of Aid, but again, with a more grown-up mind and more mature attitude, it's only mostly shit now, rather than being utterly shit. So you know.
So with the animated thing, are they centering around the original characters but having voice actors in to take the voices?
Where necessary, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those that survived have redone their parts.
So
But
who's
unfortunately-
shuffled on? Who's shuffled on then?
Andreas Katsoulis.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to nip off for a while while you recite this list.
Okay.
What's that? Short attention span going?
Jerry Doyle.
A long list.
Yeah, Franklin, whose actor name won't come to me immediately. But yeah, they've lost a fair few. Peter Jurassic's still around. Via Koto isn't. Yeah, it's just they have lost a lot more than they should have done. Michael O'Hare, he's
Which was
gone.
he?
He was the first commander of the station
All right.
in the first season, but he's passed. But yeah, quite a few.
Oh yeah,
some
because it
quite
were
young. Mira
Bruce
Furley.
Boxleitner took over, didn't he?
Yeah. So he's still kicking, but Mira Furlan's passed as well randomly. Some sort of insect bite of all things. Crazy, yeah. But she was quite young as well, I think. So yeah. But Patricia Tallman's still around. She's done quite a lot of stunt work on other things over time as well. She was in Star Trek Next Generation. as a sort of background character and or stunt woman. So she's done quite a lot in the genre. She was in I don't know if it was The Evil Dead or something like that. She was in when she was quite young, I think.
Right.
Again, doing sort of stunt work, I think. So there's a lot of crossovers. Tracy Scoggins reprised her role because she's still around.
So all the command staff apart from Bruce Boxleiter, are they all gone then? Are they?
No, Claudia Christian's still around. She's done some stuff more recently on some of the crime shows in the States, I think.
Right.
No, so I mean, it's a mix, but
I'm trying to think. What they're on command thing? What did they call him? Sheridan, was it?
Sheridan was Boxleitner.
Right.
Sinclair was Michael O'Hare, so he's gone. I don't know about Andrea Tolman, but she's not really. She wasn't really involved with it much past the second season or so. I think Ed Wasser's still around as well. He played a chap called Morden. But yeah, it's just like a few of the more sort of prominent ones are just not around. Peter Jurassic still appears on podcasts and stuff. Bless him, though. He's brilliant.
I thought he'd gone. Actually, is he still with us?
Oh, he is. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, he is.
Londo.
He was Londo Malari, the Centauri ambassador.
Yes, that's right. He's actually outlived his younger.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's outlived his protege, hasn't he?
Yeah, strangely. Yeah.
Oh, Stephen First.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
When did he die?
A few years ago now. It's been a little while since he passed, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Flounder has floundered.
Flounder, yeah.
Oh, bugger me. I think I'll have to watch Animal House at the weekend now.
Or Babylon 5.
No, Animal. I want to be entertained and enjoy it.
It's only 110 episodes plus movies plus spin-offs. What could
Don't bother
possibly
with
go wrong?
So anyway, Gareth, finish off your influences.
I haven't started.
Oh, well, that was good. Anyway,
we're only an hour and 7.5 minutes into it.
Any pickles this week, Andy?
I'll just list them. I'll copy and paste, shall I?
Your influences.
My influence, the people I subscribe to. Well, I've got a lot of people on my subscribe list that I don't watch, and then I've got a lot of people that I don't subscribe to that I do watch regular. How weird is that? And the YouTube algorithm picked up on that.
I know what you mean.
So,
I mean, there's
toy-wise,
a few
obviously,
people that
I can't go without mentioning. Can I start this list without mentioning Mark? Can I?
Well, you can't now because you already have.
Yeah, but can I say that I watch him? I don't watch Mark because he's a load of shit. No, bless him. Obviously, I tune into Mark's as regular as possible, if only to wind him up in the chat. And we wind each other up. We do. We wind each other up. There's another Mark that I follow as well. And I try and watch every one of his videos because he doesn't put them out quite so regular. And that's Mark Yates from Brooks Collectibles.
Oh, yes, Brooks.
Yes, that's the shop in Blackpool.
Indeed. I still get to get in it, actually.
I like the way that he puts his videos together. He's so laid back and fun with it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hide anything. It's a case of, I'm going to edit that out, and there we are. and with any luck, you will have just seen what I'm talking about now, because the Wi-Fi in Dewsbury is crap, isn't it? Why has it been a bit glitchy for you as well, Mark?
Yeah, I was going to say I wasn't sure if it was me or you two, but yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, I lost both of you two. Well, you went glitchy. You went all like
the Wi-Fi's crap. In fact, we're waiting to have new Wi-Fi installed here, a new line. It was supposed to have been done 2 weeks ago, and we had a 3-week overlap of, because currently, I forget who we're currently with, We kept it on for another 3 weeks so that if there was any issues, we'd be okay. Well, 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into that 3-week overlap now, and we still don't have internet, new internet. So this is going to be fun. Me and Mark are planning a road trip. I'm looking forward to that as well. I wonder where you're going to start. So yeah, Mark at Brooks Collectibles. He's fun. He's fun. He started during lockdown, just doing sort of like a toy of the day type thing, and it was quite good.
A lot of people did. A lot of people started.
Quite good with that. And the next, I would say, main one that I watch regular would be Slimehouse. Theo, and that was before he came to film at the shop. I'd been following him for quite a while before then, and I just love the enthusiasm that he has for what he does.
It's just unbridled energy of youth,
yeah,
isn't it?
I'd like to say I'd love to know where he gets the energy from, but he's always got a can of Monster with him, so I know where he gets the energy from.
He's got a real squad as well, because he always comes mob-handed, doesn't he?
He's an absolute diamond. It's the professionalism that he puts into his videos is second to none. It's on YouTube level anyway. It's second to none. It's really, really good.
Hasn't he got a new place to actually create stuff?
He's building a studio in his back garden, so he can make toys out of the factory. Yeah. Another one which is pretty much brand new. It's called FOMO Toys, and I recommend everyone check them out. Looks like he's only been going for 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Spelling, please.
Explain.
No, spell.
Spell. FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Okay, got you. Well, it could have been
FOMO
PH.
Toys. So it's quite a good name for a channel as well. Are you writing them down as I go?
No.
No.
No. There's this thing called YouTube which lets you watch videos back again.
Oh, that's excellent! Is that you're going to sit through a 2-hour video to find this little segment?
It's at 1 hour and 12 minutes. When you watch it back, I'll remind you of that. You see.
But yeah, he's only got 4 episodes up so far, and again, he's put them together at such a high standard. And he's just talking about his collection.
It's
he
his
collects
Kit
a lot of
Kat
stuff.
advert.
Pardon?
It's his Kit Kat episode.
His Kit Kat episode.
Yeah, it's 4th one.
Oh,
4 fingers.
4 fingers. 4 fingers. I always preferred,
Yeah.
2 fingers.
Do you want a Kit Kat tonight, love?
What's professionalism, says Mark.
Expensive.
Oh, Jumpy's agreeing with me. He's watched the first few FOMO videos. The intro to the first episode it's another level. It's really, really fantastic.
What's really fascinating to me though is that, my son would just do the stuff on his phone, which I wouldn't have a clue these days. I bet the phones are ridiculously good at this sort of stuff if you know what the hell you're actually doing.
Yeah.
And you're young. It's like I wouldn't,
tablets, your iPads and
you'd leave
whatnot,
me behind.
I think that's what it is. It's because I think a lot of it on the mobile, on phones and stuff, it's just like click and drop, drag and drop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's technically speaking, they're not really being creative. They're just because they're just like I say, dragging and dropping, But I think, older school type of people actually going in and editing and doing stuff. I think that's probably more on the creative side than some of the newer ones on the phone.
Fast.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's just, it's convenience, isn't it? So they're using maybe they're using already sort of set templates, which then you can just tweak here and there, kind of thing, But yeah, I mean, you can't take it away from what they're able to do on the phone is good,
I'll tell you what, because we can. Take it back to the beginning.
Like giving them some free advertising.
Pause.
He already has.
What's that?
Have you not noticed?
Present.
Just so you know, just so you know, Andy, nobody is watching this live stream on either of our channels.
Of course they're not.
Are they not?
We're just window dressing.
No.
We're just window dressing.
I know Lack was watching earlier.
Caution, this channel is not intended for children. 13 plus. That is children. Mad balls. Not mad balls. Cool.
I wish my collection was tiny.
Let me just get a couple of minutes, see if I can watch this. Maybe you should end it there.
It is a bit long. It's really good.
What, is this still the intro?
It's cooked for the rest of the episode.
I am reacting to it. Toy Story's gonna sue somebody.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Photo Toys.
Dude, so scary. Another grown man who collects children's toys.
Oh, Boglin. This isn't Bill.
But I think he's done a fantastic job with that.
It reminds me of
really do.
Spaced, actually.
Yeah.
It's like those sort of jump cuts. They're very sort of Edgar Wrighty.
Yeah. It's certainly not copy and pasted.
No.
No.
Somehow,
No,
it looks like he's using. He's either using After Effects or Premiere
Oh,
Pro.
definitely, yeah. But yeah, he's welcome to copyright me if he likes. He can have whatever I would earn from this stream.
Which is nothing at all.
No, the whole point of mentioning him is purely because I want more people to go and watch his videos because I think he deserves it. He's obviously putting an awful lot of time and energy into those into his videos, and he deserves
cleverly done that. Yeah,
he deserves
It is good. It is good.
He deserves a better reaction to it because at the moment, bless him, he's only got 74 subscribers.
let's start somewhere. I mean, the problem is, this is an interesting thing because it is such a crowded marketplace. I say marketplace, you know what I mean? You know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You've got to make sure your content is as good as your intros. You know, because it's okay. You could have a very nice intro, but then your content might not be as good. Or you could have a crap intro and have good content. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, no spinning camera.
Deep cut.
Orvian with Action Force, he knows nothing. Yeah. And? And? Are we not allowed to put other figures with Action Force?
You're assuming there's logic to these displays, and I include my own in this.
I don't think he's got any room to talk because the one or two videos I have seen of him, of his collection, there's stuff everywhere. It's just all mixed up. It looks like someone's just got a bag and just went boom. There you go. It's all over the place.
Is this Mark?
Yeah. There's no rhyme, no reason to it.
There you are, Mark.
No, Mark's collection consists of stuff Mark's got. That's the logic.
Put
That's
it this
right
way.
there.
Put it this way. It must be an absolute beggar to dust when it comes time to clean.
Like I say, it took me all day Monday doing these.
Yeah.
Well, I've said to Michael, I said, like, the first rule of my house is dust nothing. The second rule of my house is dust nothing. Because I've already
Your cleaner. You have a cleaner.
Yeah.
What? He has a cleaner.
Yeah.
That's what he's just said. He's got a cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a posh taffy.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, back to my list.
I know what you mean, Gareth. I mean, as you know, all my stuff's in box. I don't have out on display. Everything of mine's boxed, and it even takes me probably best part of a day and a half to dust and tidy and clean everything, and my stuff's just in the box.
That's why I got somebody else to do it for me.
Hey, to be honest with you, I didn't actually dust the toys.
Just
I
lifted
took
them
them
up,
out,
dust the shelf, and put
And I
them back
dusted
down.
the shelves. You can't see the
All he's
dust.
done is moved stuff around. That's all he's actually done.
Yeah.
The colours are so bright, you can't see the dust on the toys.
What? Hang on a minute. Look at this here. His mum cleans.
Mark,
Get a grip.
I don't mean this to sound harsh at all, but not too long ago, you were worried about how much longer your mum had left, and now you're telling me you use her as a cleaner. She's not a Hoover.
Yeah, the
Bless her.
exercise is important.
Bless her.
Apparently.
Nobody touches my stuff. Only me. The missus can look, but no touching.
No touchy.
That's right. So, who else do I watch? I won't say that I watch every one of their episodes, but I watch a lot of the Toy Federation episodes, which, if you're familiar with Froggy Flips, you've probably seen one or two of theirs. Because Froggy Flips has been to their shop. It's a huge store over in the States. Lovely, big shop full of retro
He seems to be in some sort of mecca for retro toy store.
Yeah.
Where he drives like for hours.
Yeah.
Places sometimes. So, yeah.
Who else should I mention?
What do we know about Toy Division?
Toy Division.
Yes.
Toy Division.
Because they go to UK toy fairs quite a lot. And in fact, I think they're live about the same time we are. About 4 blokes. Don't know if you know any of them, but
I might do, but
Never
I
heard of
don't. No.
In fact, to be fair,
They're not on my list anyway.
there's not many that I've heard of that Gareth's mentioned so far.
Have you not heard of Toy Federation?
No.
Oh, I am
No.
surprised.
But you see,
Although that's the point. That's the point of this discussion.
You see, that's the thing, because as I said on mine, because I don't particularly go out my way to watch stuff related to my hobby. It's usually other stuff that I tend to watch on there.
That's fair enough. There's a local lad who started doing. I'm going to say local. I mean really local. He's one of my customers in the shop. Joshy Boy Toys. He sometimes joins in with the live chat, but he's not. I don't think he's been in the last couple. I hope he's all right, because I haven't seen him for a little bit. And he started doing videos.
Right.
So I do keep up with his, just because he was keeping up with mine. So it's, mutual support. Mutual support.
Giving each other a reach around.
Exactly. Yeah. I suppose I've got to mention the Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. There, I've done it. No, theirs can always be fun. I'm not sure how it's going to go in future without Gav.
I know, it's a bit weird. It's like Laurel
Yeah.
without Hardy. I find it quite disconcerting, but yeah, we'll see. I think they will get back together again, a bit like the Beatles or whoever,
Yeah, I think
whatever.
they'll do.
What's that? What? Have they fallen out?
No,
Gav's opened his own shop now
in
in
Nuneaton.
a neighbouring town, Nuneaton.
All right.
So obviously he's going to be busy running his own business now. That he won't have time to go out on the road.
Which
with.
one's Gav?
He's the one that didn't own.
The slighter of the pair. And now they're frozen again. Is it just me now?
Oh.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Okay.
Am I still here?
He's the one who always wears the grey jacket.
Right.
The black shirt and the grey jacket.
Is the one that enjoys a salad now and again.
Yeah. He's not a salad dodger.
No, no.
He's the one that was sat in the car on the
It's
Jurassic
wicked
Park
to mock the
episode.
afflicted.
On the Jurassic Park episode, he's the one that was sat in the car and noticed the water rippling. He's not the one that was causing the water to ripple.
Right.
Moving on.
Look, say what you will, but I have to say, I mean, I thought the fact that
Sports jacket, man.
that they went round, the
Round.
fact that they went round, basically giving everyone else free advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I mean,
fair
to be fair though, yeah. But to be fair, it's
It
I'm a
wasn't
bit-
free.
no. I'm a bit cynical on this. It was more advertising for them than the other people.
Well, of course, that was the
Yeah.
obvious side effect from their point of view.
You know.
Yeah, but for me, I was writing down a list to see who was near to me because Leicester's not that near to me. So I was going right. Well, who in this ilk is nearby? You know, that I might be able to go and visit.
And it's literally me.
Lobot's just asked me a question. How does Ed come across all his interviewees? With a lot of lubrication and a box of Kleenex. I hope that answers your question,
Now it's
Lobot.
gone bye.
No, to be fair, a lot of them are people that I know through, I suppose, the hobby, if you will. But I know them probably through Facebook and not Facebook. Jesus Christ, not Facebook. No, screw that. Instagram, sorry, via Instagram. But also, so some of the earlier ones are people that I've known, like pre kind of social media kind of thing. You know, so like when the website and stuff like that first started. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. But I think, actually, to be fair, my first answer was probably better than the second one.
See, I've never really ventured into Insta being old and ancient and all that sort of rubbish. So I don't really get how Insta really kind of.
Well, it suited me.
I struggle with it.
Yeah, for me, Instagram was better for me because I just wanted to take pictures of the collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've spoke about it, but there was a book called The Unofficial Guide to Transformers, which was released early 2000s, and it was by a guy called J.E. Alvarez, who actually works for Hasbro now, I believe. He's one of the guys at Hasbro for Transformers. And I suppose, really, I back then I was influenced by that. Really, I suppose, in the style of photography that he did. So that's why my style of photography on Instagram is always the plain grey, but it's basically, it looks like a pamphlet or a toy catalogue shot. It's very rare I'll do action shots or anything like that because I'm just not that imaginative really for it, you know, and I'm trying to replicate the things that I saw in toy catalogues and stuff like that as a kid, you know, so I'm trying to recreate those. So yeah, so Instagram was my favoured, you know, outlet, social media outlet. But I mean, you ought to give it a try, Andy. Get on there and, you know, some of the photos you take and share them.
Well, the thing is, now that I've got a few more bits, I might think about it, and I do have some images of my Eagle Moss stuff, and, you know, things like that I could probably throw up. You know what I came across today, actually, which I did a scan of. This advert made me smile.
Yeah,
because that was very much the sort of the way in which they were being sold. This is from the first issue of the UK Transformers comic, and it's just like, you know, sort of Sideswipe and Bumblebee as the toys.
If you notice on that as well, that is pre the change because it has them listed as warrior robots in disguise. And they dropped the warrior part because they felt it was too conflictive.
Yeah.
But you should have said, I've got a high HQ scanner, that high quality scanner.
I'm sure you have. Yeah, I mean, it just happens to be the one I happen to have, and it'd been flat. I was trying to tie you then, and I sort of went, "Ooh, that."
What issue? What issue is that? Is it about issue 5 or 6? Is it?
That's issue number 1, my friend.
Oh, it's in issue number 1. Right, it's
Yeah.
an early one.
Well, yeah, very early.
What condition is that? Has it got the poster in and the freebies?
No, it's not in great condition. It's a bit wrinkled, actually. I was a bit miffed when I looked at it closely. There's the odd chunk missing out of it as well, but it's all perfectly readable. It's got Machine Man in it.
Yeah.
First issue of Machine Man. Yeah, it's got somebody obviously decided that they were going to do something with that competition page, and they've nobbled the picture out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, is that the?
So that's
yeah,
that's a bit wrecked. So
I think that was
ain't, but
at least to win a jazz. I think that one was to win a jazz figure.
yeah. But anyway, interestingly coloured. I don't know if that's supposed to be. Is that supposed to be Buzzsaw there? So
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Interesting colour scheme if it is. But anyway.
Yeah, no, Buzzsaw was gold.
Oh, gold and green, was he? Okay.
And it was Laserbeak that was red.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so have we done with influencers? What about a pickup? All right, go on. Sorry, yeah, carry on then.
Nowhere near. But toy, there's very few toy ones, but another one that I do watch a little bit of is Usual Mike Television. And he's the Australian guy that's big into his Star Wars. He also does a little bit of G.I. Joe and other bits and bobs as well. He's cool. He's
doing all right, Andy. You need to say he's not prepared.
I'm not prepared. And like I say, I'm literally just looking at my subscription list.
He's just scrolling furiously.
He's going down his subscription list.
Toy Poloi. I believe Andy's already mentioned Toy Poloi.
Yeah.
Although I haven't watched any of his in quite a while, but I do know that I enjoy them when I do. Bill making stuff is quite good as well. He does a lot of custom made things, and he's a good friend of Theo from Slimehouse as well. There's Adventure Collect, who likes to go around the shops and do his toy hunts. I've got to mention Monster Island Buddies. I'll never have as many subscribers as he's got. 192,000. But his channel is all about Godzilla toys, and I've learnt a lot from him. Also on my subscription list is this really weird one, Spectral Horace ZX.
No, I've not heard of that one.
No?
No idea who that is.
It's a bit dated, to be fair. You look at his videos and it's all cassettes and something to do with an old games console type thing. Well, pre-console.
I think you'll find it's a microcomputer. It's not a games console.
Oh, you know what I'm referring to then.
Of course I do. He's me. Oh, I haven't gone by the name of Spectral Horace since before you were born.
Or a couple of hours ago. Secret Galaxy. Used to be Toy Galaxy.
I'll throw Planet Zoidstar into the mix.
Planet Zoidstar? Is that a channel?
That's a channel.
Very interesting. And then that's probably about it on the toy front, but I also follow a lot of Warhammer miniature painting channels. Mike's a good friend. He is. He's a good lad, is Mike. I know he joins your live chat quite frequently, doesn't he, Mark? And he also gets your reference, Eddie.
What? Oh, he got the reference.
I think we all got the reference.
I'll put it this way: if you didn't get the reference, you can stop watching now. We don't need that kind of negativity. Get gone.
So yeah, there's a lot of channels. The ones that I would want to mention from the miniature painting ones, though, would be Miniac. He's like the miniature painting version of Theo. He's got quite a bit of energy. And Ninjon. And there's also Squidmar miniatures. Those three I would recommend because they're just fun to watch. Even if you're not interested in the painting of miniatures, he's quite fun. Watched a few Monster Island buddies and thought Gareth would like this channel. Very informative. I got there before you. Another one that's good to watch as well, and I think that would be for all of us. I'm going to pop him up on screen actually. Present. Share screen. That one. There we are. He fixes broken tech. He's fun with it as well. Yeah, he's quite good. Steve's Sticks Fix. He's definitely worth a watch for anyone. He'll try anything. But I found him through sort of like broken games consoles, or you know, the old. If you watched my latest episode last night, the Tomy Electronics type things, yeah, he fixes all them, and it's really good how he does it. And there we are. I've got that off my screen now. It's gone.
Have you?
I was shouting at the telly last night on your video.
Were you?
Yeah, when you were showing the Firefox F7 thing.
What were you saying?
I was like, he wasn't even fucking born when that came out. What's he doing with that?
And?
Have you ever watched Cinema Wins?
Cinema Wins?
As a channel.
No.
That's really funny. That really lifted my spirits during lockdown. He basically gives everything points in cinema for whenever anything sort of.
Oh, sorry, yes, Cinema Sins, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but there's Cinema Wins as well, which is like a positive version of Cinema Sins. Oh, I know who you should watch, Gareth. Who I've never. Do you know Medusa Cascades channel?
Heard of it. I'm not just from Doctor Who, but I've heard of it.
Yes, yeah, she does all of. She's done, I think, the vast majority of Doctor Who she's reacted to. But she's really, really good. She's really into it. She's very, very genuine when she
Actually,
watches
I think I have watched some of hers.
Yeah.
Let me just double check to see if it's the one I think it is.
That fixing one that you mentioned. There's.
Oh no, it's not her. I've watched. You found her through the Babylon 5, didn't you?
Yeah, amongst other things, but yes, yeah. But she's now talking with the JMS who wrote Babylon 5. So her reviews of it have been so good that she's got his attention, and it's kind of so I've no idea if anything's going to happen off the back of that. But I'm very chuffed for her. Bless her. Don't know her personally. It's quite funny because she sort of. She talks to me on Twitter sometimes, you know, but she's never given me her real name or anything. She's very, very sensible, which is very sensible of her, you know, obviously. But she is very genuinely who she is, sort of thing, if that makes sense, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And Mark's reeling off some other YouTubers. I know who he's referring to there, but I don't watch him. I've seen one or two of his videos, and yeah, Red Letter Media. I've seen some of theirs. But, yeah. Who else? Heavy spoilers. Is that a channel, or is it just YouTube in general?
I like watching that David Starkey as well on YouTube. He's got his own channel, David Starkey Talks. He just basically goes over history. You know, like historical things, but he does it actually just as bare bones history rather than putting a. He doesn't talk about it as like through a modern gaze. You know, he doesn't judge it by a modern standard. It's just basically right. This is what happened in history. Deal with it, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
It's like it's that kind of thing. You know, which is good. You know.
I could mention a lot more, but I was trying to keep it on sort of like topic to, you know, toys and whatnot. I mean, I could mention a hell of a lot more. But I mean, there's someone who regularly pops into our live chat as well, Mecha Conzilla. I watch his, although he's got a few channels, and I never know which one he's actually using at the time, because he seems. I don't know if he flicks between the two or just drops one and starts another one. But he's also a customer, and with a name like Mecha Conzilla, I can imagine you can guess what it is he's interested in.
Yeah. I mean, you can mention some from
Fluffy
outside.
toys,
You,
obviously. Yeah.
you do say in your description, maybe some from outside of
Yeah,
Toy
fair
Form as
enough.
well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Arbiter-
BigDong.com and stuff like that.
Shh. There's Arbiter Ian, who's quite good. He delves very, very deeply into the lore of Warhammer, mostly 40k and Horus Heresy. He's really, really good.
I just quite like watching the animated Warhammer videos that I find on YouTube. You really be able to find on YouTube, but,
And another good one that I only found recently is PB Props, and he restores props. The one that I found, it was a Cyberman head, and it had seen better days, so he restored it and made it look like new. And I was like, oh, I'm going to watch a few more of his videos. 3 weeks later, and I still haven't.
I've got quite a few Elite flavored ones actually. I haven't played it for
flavored ones.
Elite, as in the space trading sim. The current iteration is Elite Dangerous, but I haven't played it for ages. He's played it on the Xbox actually, but I've got it on the PC. But I need to set up the joystick for it, and it's just like, oh.
I used to play that on the Spectrum, the Elite.
Oh, I used to play it on the BBC B.
Well, it's the posh taffy again, Not all of us could have got a thought,
It's only because my parents got conned into buying one. The only bugger who knew how to program the damn thing in the entirety of the school, including the science teacher, was me. So when it came to open day, I had to program the bloody turtle to wander around. Yeah, exactly. Guilty as charged, because basic was my playground. That's as far as I got. But
won't wipe my ass on a BBC Micro.
I've got another one that I think Jumpy'd like.
Yes, large. Brings a new meaning to the word sticky keys, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got another one that I think Jumpy'd like if he hasn't already found it.
Come on, I'm losing interest.
You're losing interest. Oh no! Get back to your sticky keys then.
I've got ADHD. I just haven't got the attention span for it. Sorry, who's next?
You'd probably enjoy one or two of the videos on this channel. They're called Vranos. It's VRAHNO, and they do 2D. I say 2D. They do cartoon animations of Godzilla and all of the monsters.
Yeah, because you're trying to get into 3D animation at the moment, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
I thought you were.
No.
He's sculpting things to print off, aren't you?
Yeah,
3D
I'm not
modelling.
interested in animating.
Well, animating, modelling. You're 3D modelling and animating.
3D sculpting of the model.
Right.
So
Why,
that I
what you
can then
making?
3D print it.
What are you making? He don't want to tell us.
No, this could be a segue into pickups.
And on that note, what's your pickup this week?
I had an eBay purchase,
Oh, yeah.
and Benjamin was there when it turned up and saw me faffing for about an hour to try and figure out which way around the ears went.
Really?
Yeah.
You go blind doing that.
I had a new Mighty Max toy delivered.
Ah.
Yeah, it's complete.
What's that,
Looks like a
man?
bat. Yeah, man.
With his
Man-Bat.
little, with the little
DC gonna sue somebody.
purple hatted Max.
Oh. How do those things not
The monster
get eaten?
is. Oh,
I broke it. Yeah.
Live on stream.
the monster is the ears.
Right.
I see
Yeah?
what you did there.
Yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it?
Oh, those are them ones that have made him Wuhan, aren't they?
Wuhan, yeah. So yeah, I want to make these. I want to make my own versions of these.
All right.
But I'm thinking Doctor Who monsters, and the little characters would be a doctor and a monster. And yeah, I just think it should have.
Copyright.
Oh, I
Copyright.
don't care about copyright. I'm not making them to sell.
Design right.
Yeah, I'm making them because I want one. You look back at the history of Doctor Who monsters,
Hmm.
yeah, and they've all got the faces.
We'll return to you after these messages.
They've all got faces that'd be ideal for this. There's so many in Doctor Who's history that would be fantastic for them. For
A face
that.
only a mother could love.
Yeah.
When she's not dusting.
Which is not.
Clean your own bloody house.
So yeah, but the only Doctor Who one that they ever actually did, as I've shown you before,
Was it the Dalek one?
is that.
Yeah.
And as much as I love this, it's got a completely different aesthetic.
Is it
And-
is it Dapol that's done that? Was it
No,
Dapol?
the Bluebird toys the same as
Bluebird.
these.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly the same company that made these. So it baffles me that they didn't make any of the monsters. I mean, a Cyberman head, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why does
it's
it have to
flying
be
out for
that
it,
with
isn't
a really weird back? I mean, I see what they were doing, and it's a cool product, but so many of the monsters would be great for that.
It would have been the wrong generation because most people buying Mighty Max would have been young. They might not have gone for like an older school Dalek. Maybe they were trying to test the waters with that one, see if old people would pick it
Well,
up.
possibly. At the same time, they also did a Wallace and a Gromit.
Right.
Right. So they,
Maybe
they
you could
were.
do like a you could do like a face of Bo one. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
modern. I'm thinking classic series. So
Right.
I'm aiming at an Ogron.
No.
An Ogron. Should I?
Nope.
The thing is, how did you come to watch the classic series? Because weren't you too old or too young? I mean,
They re-showed. This is a story I've told many times. To celebrate the 30th anniversary, bearing in mind that we are now celebrating the 60th anniversary, BBC re-showed Planet of the Daleks.
Right.
And my mum encouraged me to watch it. She said, "You'll probably like it. There's these robots that go around killing people." And so I watched it.
And
And I fell in love. So yeah, that's an Ogron.
Oh right, yes, I know what
Yeah.
you mean now. Yeah, I've
And
seen it.
it's like straight away. It's you can see it, can't you? That head
oh, yeah. I mean,
perfectly makes something like this.
there must be hundreds you could do. I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I
have
mean-
an encyclopedic knowledge of it, but yeah, I mean,
No, not that. Careful, shouldn't I? I
they
should
look like
really be careful.
ganglions or something.
Yeah, yeah. With regards to that, Gareth, just a bit of antibacterial cream should clear that up.
Right, we'll go with that instead. I mean, that one would be so easy to do as well.
You could make that. You could make that out of just freeze drying some noodles. And
You could. But yeah, I just think there's so many possibilities.
Not to be a damp squib, but have you ever searched on eBay for people doing 3D prints of that sort of stuff? Because I just come across a Space Above and Beyond Hammerhead and all sorts of stuff last
I
night.
haven't. There are a few people that are doing Mighty Max
Okay.
customs, and
Oh,
I'm quite
great.
interested in some of those. But yeah, I don't think anyone's actually cottoned on to doing the whole Doctor Who thing, which is weird because Bluebird themselves cottoned onto it, but then just didn't go anywhere with it.
Ooh, while I think about it, I've noticed there was a big Manta. It's Manta Force, isn't it?
Manta
Like
Force,
a
Bluebird
base.
toys.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made me go Bluebird Manta, and then there's a big sort of like a battle base thing I saw on eBay last night. It was only like 30 quid. I have no idea what actual scale it is, but I mention it in passing because I know that you like your Manta Force Bluebird
The thing with
stuff as
Manta
well.
Force is it's not massively expensive.
No, it doesn't seem to be actually. I mean, it all
No,
seems
it's-
quite
it's
reasonable.
quite-
A lot of it.
it's- Finding the ones with all the pieces and no breaky bits, that's where the difficulty comes.
no achy breaky bits.
Yeah. Jumpy's recommending a channel It's a great YouTube channel full of
Tokusatsu.
yeah, full of classic Japanese shows like Kamen Rider,
Yeah.
Kikai Rider, Kikaida, Space Cop Gavan, Charivan, and Wind Spectre. I've
All
not
sort of
heard of
Sentai shows.
The only
yeah.
one of those I've heard of is Kamen Rider. And that's Toei Tokusatsu World official. I will have a look for that actually.
Yeah,
Cool.
very good. So that was your pickup this week, then, Gareth? Was it that Batface thing?
Yeah, there's that, and there's two more which have been sent in by a customer. She wanted to trade them in, and I took them even though I know that they're not complete.
Right.
And it's a couple of Godzilla ones.
All right.
So yeah, that one. It's got the figure of King Ghidorah, but I need the Godzilla for it, and sort of like all the bridge pieces and whatever else would be in there. And then there's another one which same sculpt for the head, but it's black, and the black ones are hard to find. They're the supercharged Godzilla.
Right.
So at least I've got one of these in the collection now. And the only piece that's got is this. Oh no, sorry, it's got a Godzilla. It's got a Godzilla that's missing the water bit and loads of other stuff. What's annoying is that I actually had all of these, not in black, they were all in green. I had them all at the start of this Godzilla collection and I sold them all. Now it's going to cost me more than what I sold them for to get them back.
Yep. It's usually the case.
Right, what's this thing I'm looking for?
Did you pick out up, Andy?
Say again, sorry.
Have you any pickups this week?
No, only what I had on my sort of bolts and stuff. I've inadvertently bought myself an Eagle Moss duplicate of something which I already have, which is stupid, but fortunately not expensive. But I've also got the final Bird of Prey that I was missing as well. I finally pulled the trigger on that, having sold a fair few of them. So I do like my Street Hawk. That's quite cool.
I enjoyed the TV series. It were
yeah.
good show.
But it's funny because I wasn't looking for it, but I literally just saw a black and gold bike out of the corner of my eye, and I went, "Is it?" And it's like,
Right.
It is. You know, it's, yeah.
They did a back in the day. They did a Street Hawk Spectrum game. There was two versions of it. Ocean did it. Ocean Software.
Oh yeah.
And they hurriedly released the first version, which nobody liked. It was awful. And then they redid the game and released it. And to be fair, the next game wasn't that much better either. It was more playable than the first version. But yeah, it was I enjoyed the Street Hawk. But then again, it was that time, wasn't it, where like the era of the TV show with the super vehicle, you know.
Yes, very much. That was very much my era. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But actually, I'll ask this question because I mentioned it on one of my videos, which obviously people weren't able to respond to. But why the hell are the Airwolf toys so freaking expensive? The Urkel ones in particular, I'm thinking of here. Why is that set so ridiculously expensive? Why are even the individual ones so expensive?
I don't know. Did they not produce many of them?
Well, I don't know. I can only assume that it's that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd much prefer a Blue Thunder helicopter over an Airwolf.
Well, do you know what? The closest I've ever come to getting a Blue Thunder. Well, I've got a little.
Corgi or Matchbox made the one, didn't they? But it was blue, I think it was.
You've got a big one.
I had one, yeah, a proper die-cast model.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was very. It went for a very good price.
I'm sure it did. But yeah, I've got that. I can't remember what they called it now, but it was like it was that it's that blue helicopter you're talking about. As soon as I saw it, I thought that's Blue Blinking Thunder, but you just haven't called it Blue Blinking Thunder.
Yeah, the tail pulls out, doesn't it? The tail section pulls out to extend it.
Oh, does it? Oh, I'll have to try that. I've got one somewhere.
Yeah. Because like when you see it's stubby, but then you can pull it and it extends out.
Oh, does it? Oh, I'll have to try that then. Cool. Oh, that's something on my to-do list then.
And you can remove the cockpit. You can take the cockpit off. The cockpit glass removes off, if I remember rightly. I had it as a kid. I think it was blue, and then white tail section.
Here's a completely stupid thing. Can you make that out?
Is it a
Is
rubber
it-
off the top of a pen?
It is. It's the rubber
Yeah.
off the top. But
Top of
I used to fly them around as spaceships when I was little.
That's a bit of
When
a
you
stretch.
when you want a budget, look, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's your-
It could almost be.
You've just been telling us that you've got a cleaner. You've been telling us about all the posh things you had as a kid, and now you're saying that when you're on a budget, you have to use rubbers as a spaceship.
I live in
Come on.
Yorkshire now. Come on, you know.
There you go.
have a foot in both camps. Do you want me to go and see if I can find that helicopter?
Good evening, Gap.
Ah, Gap.
Well, if we're showing little things, I'll show you this. You may have noticed him on my microphone.
That is very little.
Right, yes, yeah.
It was like a Hordak guy from He-Man.
No,
It's an accessory for a transformer.
It's Kremzeek.
Bless you.
Kremzeek.
Let me go and see if I can find that helicopter. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, well, while he's done that, I will mention some channels that Lily has asked about.
Lily?
She might already know them. The ones that I follow are Dalek6388, and they talk about they do a lot of good research about the Dalek props from the series. Another one that I watched a lot of his stuff before. He did a lot of stuff based on the missing episodes. That's Josh Snares. He's another Australian guy. Who else do I have on my list? He did a lot of work trying to find out where things were regarding those missing episodes. I've got 3D Doctor Who. What's he do? Because that's quite a generic name. He's done a couple of fan films. Infiltration of the Daleks. Very good. Very good was that. And I also have Rob Ritchie on, and he does a lot of. Well, check him out. Check him out. Cyber Robbie goes as well.
That's the
So
one.
there you are. That's some Doctor Who ones for you.
You're
Lily.
saying it does this. Oh, it does as well.
Told you it does.
Oh, I've just broken it.
You haven't. Really?
Oh,
Live on
Andy.
stream. That's his fault. He
It's
said
not
it.
my fault. It does extend, but you don't pull it by the bloody side wings.
I thought that's what they were there for.
No.
I'll have to It's all right. I have some glue. I can reattach them. It's fine. It's not exactly pricey in the first place. But look,
It is just a generic blue helicopter, that isn't it?
no, but it is
It's
Blue
Blue
Blinking Thunder.
Thunder.
It's got a chain on the front and everything.
Yeah.
Look.
But it wasn't sold as Blue Thunder, but it is
No.
the Blue Thunder helicopter,
Yeah.
which is essentially a Gazelle. It's a Gazelle helicopter with a custom-made cockpit on the front.
And you're saying the cockpit comes off as well? Or
Yeah,
you make them break it
It
more?
just kind of like slides off, but don't do it. Don't do it. It's Jesus. It's like
It's all right. It's 2 little bits of plastic. Don't panic.
This is almost as funny as when I was watching Gareth's video last night. I thought to myself, the next time I see his girls, I'm going to tell them, look, do your dad a favour, yeah? There's some rubbing alcohol and some rags, yeah? All those new DVDs he's got, they've all got writing on. Just get rid of it to make them look all nice and shiny.
He's evil. Oh, inside the
It's on the inside, is it? Right then.
Clever.
How was I to know?
Somebody saw you coming on that one, definitely.
Is it on the insert on all of them?
No, not on all of them, but yeah, on the DVDs it is. Yeah, there's the Blu-ray. Well, there's a box set of one of Peter Capaldi's series,
Right.
and that's on the case because it's
Yeah, because it's smudged. Yeah, it's
and
smudged.
that's all
Isn't it?
smudged.
Yeah.
Some of them have even got signed on the inserts though.
Right.
Gaff, that was quality entertainment. What are you complaining for? Honestly, you're saying Andy's new show, How Not to Handle Toys. Well, I mean, it's entertainment, mate. It's like it's what we do on live YouTube channels. We bust stuff, clearly.
Well, I have to say,
Definitely the
I'll
cheaper
never
one.
let him play with my toys.
I can buy them, I just can't play with them. Yeah.
Anyone remember? I had a small Knight Rider car which was plastic, was a bit chunky. It had a friction motor, but had some sort of clutch mechanism and wouldn't set off until you pressed down.
No. Mark's put Rough Riders, but Rough Riders actually took batteries. They had a battery. They took one AA battery on the inside, and they had like a little gear lever at the top. The Knight Rider one, the actual red scanner light at the front lit up. That was a Rough Rider. They had like chunky rubber wheels, but they had like ridges on the wheels.
I can fix
Yeah,
that.
Jumpy's there. Yeah, want a Rough Rider. Yeah, Rough Riders was something different.
Okay.
Because it didn't work off friction. And it won't have been a wrist racer, because wrist racers, they had a wind-up mechanism.
What's happened to penny racers? Why don't I ever see penny racers anymore?
Metric system?
Pennies aren't.
I don't know, half penny, isn't it? It depends on a penny.
No, do you not remember penny? Do you not remember penny racers?
Oh, I know what penny racers are. Yeah, the mini-bot transformers are based off penny racers.
Ah,
That's why you've got the little flap at the back where the head folds out. Anyway, while Andy's
Ed wants to show us some toys.
I'll show you what I've picked up
on this
week.
toy-related stream, surely not. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, you know.
If you can cast your mind back to what 20? Is it? Yeah, it's 20 years ago. No, yeah, it's about 21 years ago now. When I moved into the house where I couldn't live now, I filled a lot of boxes up, and I threw away all my vinyl, all my cassettes, all my VHS cassettes, and I just threw them all away. Yeah. There was some really nice, tasty stuff in there, which I wish I still had, but obviously back then I didn't feel I needed them because everything was going digital and this, that, and other. So every now and again I go and I try and pick certain bits up, you know, when I see something at the right price or the right condition. So what stemmed this recent purchase was I'd been watching on Icon TV the new RoboCop documentary, RoboDoc. It's like a 4-part, and they're about an hour and a half each episode. Really good documentary. If anyone likes RoboCop, not taken to you, Gareth. I know you don't like it, Philistine. But if they like RoboCop,
I don't dislike it. I just don't think it's.
You said you didn't like. You said you. Even Gene backed me up on that.
I said I don't see what's so great about it.
He's a cop and he's a robo.
But anyway, the documentary is good. So what I did was I went back and I picked up in Dewsbury. There used to be a video rental store next to what used to be Guns N' Roses. Well, it's not Guns N' Roses now because that's been and gone now. Gareth knows what I'm talking about. But there used to be a video rental store in there, and they used to sell VHSs. So when RoboCop first came out back in '87, there was a VHS that I could buy. It wasn't the film, but it was the making of RoboCop. So I've bought this back.
Gems.
Yeah, Video Gems. So I had this. No, it's Video Collection by Virgin Video. So I picked that up. Couple of quid. Thought, yeah, we'll have that. Thank you very much. And I've watched it, and it plays perfectly fine. It's it's all good. It's only about 27 minutes, something like that. But before the video was released, before the film was released on video, that's how I got my RoboCop fix. So I thought, well, I've got the making of. I've got to buy the film again. So I've picked up the film on VHS, and that plays as well. So I've only tested it, but I think probably sometime next week I'm going to sit and watch that on the VHS and thoroughly enjoy the grainy goodness. So those were them two. The second part was I couldn't pass up on this because it was just an absolute bargain, and it's that. It's the Scout
Alright.
Trooper, but from Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
It's still sealed, and it's in like a protective case. It's not a deflector DC case, but it's in a case. A tenner posted. So I was like, yeah, why not?
No
You know.
brainer.
Yeah. So I thought, yeah, because I was. Oh, is that the friction one?
Is that
Yeah.
what you're on about? Yeah. Jumpy.
That does look a bit frictiony, doesn't it?
It
Yeah,
does,
well,
yeah.
I typed friction Knight Rider car.
Just
course you did.
click on the underside ones.
Underside one's that one. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong screen.
Yeah, I think that does look quite frictiony.
Mark, I've got that.
Oh, you
Mark,
don't
you're
say.
building one.
There we are. Sorry.
Anyway, that was a no-brainer. Because it's a Scout Trooper, and then the last bit is that,
Oh.
and it's called a Smart Card version 3. Basically, it's an interface to plug into the back of a well-known home micro from the 80s that allows you to play games. So you can plug in.
My tram!
Where is it? Where's
My
the
tram!
Oh, it's here. So you can take your little micro SD card that has like a fair few thousand games on, and it goes into the slot there, and you plug that back into the back of your Spectrum. Oh, I've got one there. I've got
I love
one
the
there.
fact that it's like this huge piece of hardware just to plug a tiny card into.
So yeah, so you plug it, and it's just basically so it allows you to play games, so you don't have to, hook up your cassette recorders to load the games.
Even those are pretty hard to find these days.
What, the cassette players?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they are out there, and you can. The best place to pick them up is on the groups, rather than going to eBay or stuff like that. But yeah, they've been unavailable. Yeah, Walkman. They've been
That's my
unavailable.
local antiques emporium, that would you believe?
There's been a shortage of chips for them
Oh, right.
because part of the architecture on them is like based on a Pi. It's like Pi
I was going to say,
architecture.
is it a pie? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been a shortage of the chips for them. So the chap who makes them, they've just been coming in dribs and drabs. So I have now. I wanted 4. This is my 4th now because I have one plugged into each of my loose Spectrums. Because they go onto the actual motherboard itself. If you keep unplugging them and plugging them back in, it'll over time it will eventually wear the contacts. So it's easier to have one in each of them. And that was my pickups this week. What was that, Ed? Did you find that in an archaeological dig? No, but I could have found this one. This one is a beast. That's an absolute
Wow.
beast, that one. Just listen to this when you press the buttons.
Oh, that takes me back.
That is proper. That is proper clunky.
Do you know what my dad had?
That's
an old
because we're
cassette
part of a
player.
matriarchal society.
Why don't they call it a daddy board?
My
Because
dad had,
daddies can't have children. They can give a lady children, but daddies can't have children. And they call them motherboards because you can obviously have stuff branching off them. You also have something called daughter boards.
you also have things being inserted into them.
Yeah, a daughter board is usually like another circuit board that is offspring of the main board.
That just brought back a very vivid childhood memory for me of a cassette player, not unlike that my dad had, but it had like a sort of a knob on it that you could go fast forward and rewind by pulling the knob backwards and forwards, and in the middle it would just be kind of normal play speed. But it looked for all the world like a medical, like a tricorder out of the original Star Trek series. He had it in like a leather case, so I could sort of walk around going with it around the house. You know?
Oh,
It was about the right size as well.
Yeah. Oh, there was some fantastic. I mean, I sometimes enjoy looking through like old 80s catalogs, you know, like the old 80s Argos catalogs, and looking at all the stuff in there. And, you know, and like you look and you think, oh, I remember that. Oh, I wanted that. And, you know, you never had it. And like looking at the prices of stuff as well. I mean, just bringing it back to toys, you know, you look in the 1985 Argos Autumn Winter catalogue. Optimus Prime was £12.95. And it's like, you know, that is absolute ridiculous price.
But that's what made me chuckle about this, though.
Yeah. The mini bots are $2.50, and then $17.99 would have been. Let me see now. So that would have been Soundwave, would that? Because Megatron wasn't out at that point, and like I say, Optimus Prime, would have been
possibly as well. Yeah,
the Seeker jets were $9.99.
Were they? Wow.
Yeah. The Autobot car, the cars were $7.99. What's that? Yes, I'm sure Mark enjoyed the case catalogue, but maybe not for toys.
He wasn't looking at the toys, though, was he?
Yes, the lingerie section or the swimsuit section. And occasionally the gym equipment. But yeah, no. So yeah, there's some nice looking stuff, and like when you see some of the old computer desk setups as well, you know, the massive printers and things like that. You know, some.
I used to have a separate cardboard box for my dot matrix because it had that those strips, perforated strips down the side of the print paper.
Yeah, that was for the cogs to pull it through the the thing. Yeah. But like some of the older toys as well. I mean, like things like Simple Simon. You know, the older I mean, I know Gareth in his video yesterday was showing some of the old game toys. I mean, there was that. Was it not Muncher? What was it? That
Jungler. Oh, the yellow one. It was Galaxy Invader 1000.
Yeah. Stuff like that. You know, the really early ones, and like the Electronic Mastermind game. Yeah. And like I said, the Tomitronic stuff as well. I mean, you know, I can remember them coming out, the Tomitronic ones.
I had one Tomitronic one.
Yeah. Yeah, but so, like I say, some of the old electronic gadgets, you know, and games and puzzles and things like that. You know, they're really great. There was a football one called Electronic Jimmy. Hello, being pushed. Yeah, what's hello? Is that a
Hello magazine? Is it? I don't know.
Oh, Hello Magazine.
Oh, that's what you mean.
I don't think that would have been out when Andy was a kid. Would Hello? Would it?
Probably
How
not.
old is Hello?
That had colour in it, didn't it?
Yeah.
I grew up in black and white, me.
Black and white. You're lucky. When I was a kid, magazines were carved in stone tablets.
No, apparently, the first issue of Hello Magazine was released on the 21st of May, 1988.
Right then. So you'd have been what? You'd have been about 20 then, wouldn't you, Andy?
There you go.
Oh! Ow!
Wow! Handbags at dawn.
What are you talking about, fool?
Just right. That A-Team figure, yeah? The thing that always bothered me about the A-Team figures, obviously not B.A. Baracus because his setup's different, yeah? But like Hannibal and Face and Murdoch, yeah? The crotch sections were always really wide, and like the joints for the hips were really, you know, thin and slender at the ends. You know, not like, I mean, he's not too bad, but the other ones, it almost looked like they would break. They'll break. The original Indiana Jones figures were the same. You know, the 3 3/4 ones. They seem to have really white crotch areas with the legs attached, right? You know, thin bits at the end, which you'd have thought. Actually, no, because it LJN that did the Indiana Jones figures.
Kenner did the original ones, and then LJN did the larger ones for Temple of Doom.
Right. Because I mean, you'd have thought Kenner would have just made them the same as like the Star Wars figures, but
Well, I thought they were. You're not thinking of the LGN ones from Temple of Doom, are you?
No. Wait, when you look at the Indiana Jones figures, the crotch sections look really, really wide.
Ah.
Head to Google and find out.
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna bring up some interesting results.
Indiana Jones crotch.
Yeah, I haven't searched for that. But no, they don't look particularly weird. To be fair.
That's just a. Perhaps your imagination is playing tricks on you. Perhaps you're remembering something else.
Just hang on a minute. I'll share my screen. Where are we?
He's a brave man.
I think I know what you mean, to be fair.
Can you see it? There.
Ooh, that is bizarre.
See, look, they're really wide.
That is really odd, isn't it? But they're sort of wafer thin on the side of the hips.
Yeah. Which is
How
like,
bizarre.
I mean, obviously that's a picture of the retro one from, the new retro ones by Hasbro, but they're made from the same molds. But you would have thought Kenner, with Kenner making them, they would have just made them the same as the Star Wars figures. I mean, obviously they have bendy knees as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say the difference being the Star Wars figures were literally rushed out as quick as they possibly could, and then they had to keep the line all the same. Whereas the Indiana Jones ones, they probably had more time to put them out, so that's why they've got bendy knees and a bit more posable and everything.
But it's just those crotch.
Probably what it is.
That crotch section just looks, it just looks so flimsy. The way they attach, and the A-Team figures seem to have the same setup, the same design.
Looks like Jumpy's found his car, his Knight Rider car. The ones with the clear windows, not the blue ones. He had to sit on a horse. Yes, there was that as well.
What, the 3 3/4 figures?
The Indiana Jones figure, you could get a horse in the range. Although Luke and Han had to sit inside a Tauntaun. Don't they know? You stick a hole in the back of the horse.
Oh, yes, there is a horse, yes. A horse is a horse, of course.
Yes. It's a popo.
Nay, lad. Nay. And nay again, nay, and thrice nay.
I like how it's labelled as an Arabian horse. It's not just any old horse, it's an Arabian horse.
Yes, we know you said it earlier, Mark. We were just repeating what you'd said.
Wow,
If he'd been on the stream, we would have heard you the first time.
Yeah, he said that they had to sit on a horse. We were repeating what you said.
Well, when did he say that?
He just said there he had to sit on a horse.
Yeah,
And then he's put,
Yeah.
I said that earlier, pointing up to his previous comment.
all right. There's only a minute between them.
He wants to claim credit for that he said that they sat on a horse. What? Let him have it. They sat on a horse. No, the Knight Rider car. No, Mark said it was a Rough Rider.
Thank you. Yeah, Mark said it was a Rough Rider. He did mention. He did mention up here, Dromdrada Knight Rider.
Ah, he would
It's
have.
only 10 minutes ago, mine.
Yeah.
He said,
To
"I've
Google.
got that." He said,
Dromdrada. Dromdrada. Try saying that fast 10 times.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'll pass. Thank you very much. So, what else have you had? Have you had anything else?
No, I
Are
don't.
you now starting down the VHS route?
No, it was no. Like I say, it was just them, because like I said, I'd been watching the documentary, and I thought, I'll see if they've got them, and I'll pick them up. No, if I start down the VHS route, I literally had hundreds of
You need a
videos.
lot of space.
Because I mean, at the time, I'd left school. I was at college. I was working, and I literally all I spent my money on was beer, cigarettes, women, and videos, and music, and that were it. On my car, and that was it. That's all I spent my money on. So I had just like hundreds of videos and cassettes and records and stuff. Doing stupid stuff like going to Manchester just to pick up one particular record because I couldn't get it in a shop in Leeds or in Dewsbury or something like. But no, I wouldn't. There are some that I think would look nice to display. There was a Star Trek one that I had that came in like a red leather effect case, and it was the first 5 movies.
I know which one you mean.
It came out just before the released Undiscovered Country on video, and it was like a red thing, and it had the Starfleet, United Federations of Planets crest in gold on the front.
All right.
That was a particular nice set.
I remember getting Undiscovered Country in a sort of a very sort of soft clamshelly sort of. Clamshell. Yeah,
it was like a hard cardboard case, and it opened up. It had like a booklet in it as well. Yeah, I had that released as well, because I think that was the release that had a special feature on it, and it was some deleted scenes or extended scenes. I think at the end of the film that you could watch.
All right, can't recall.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow, that
yeah.
Cool.
I also had that video Star Trek set as well. The other one with the Enterprise. On the end. Back in my Star Trek days.
I remember going to the Met Royal Centre when Generations came out and sat through all of the first 6 movies in order to watch Generations at the end.
Right. I bet that'd have been pretty cool day, would that?
Yeah, the funny thing was, everyone went out and got a bite to eat during 5.
It don't get a lot of 5. I don't mind Star Trek 5.
Everyone went, right, go, leg it, quick, you got an hour and a half.
I think what works for me with Star Trek 5 is to think of it as a TV movie. A TV movie. Think of it as like an extended version of the TV series. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it works through that lens. Rather than watching it as a feature film, but it worked. There's only 5 movies. Which 5? Which 5 is he thinking? Is it pre-Next Generation? Does he not include Next Generation on that?
I think he's excluding Generations because it was technically a next gen film. Yes.
Right.
Which I understand.
Yeah, because I watched.
He's now down to 4.5 from 6. I'm not quite sure where he's going with this.
I watched Motion Picture.
Hello, Logan.
Night before last. Hello. Oh yeah, the rumored X-Men.
Okay, see you later.
See you later, Jumpy.
You've stayed watching us this long.
Yeah, there's the rumored leak of the X-Men appearing at the end of the Marvels film.
Well, they've already appeared, haven't they? Technically-ish.
In Deadpool, aren't they? They've appeared in the Deadpool film.
Oh, in Doctor Strange.
The X-Men have that? Were they in which Doctor Strange?
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, they were.
I would argue, but
Professor Xavier's in there anyway.
Oh right, the when
And the Fantastic Four with Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Right, yeah. 0.5? What's 0.5? Does it
I
mean
think
half?
he's probably saying that the motion
half
picture
of motion
half the
picture.
length.
2, 3, 4, and 6.
6.
Well, that's not even a rumor. That's confirmed that Kelsey Grammer's in it.
In the Marvels. Oh God, dear God, what do you want to do that for? I don't know.
I'm past caring when it comes to the Marvel films. I'm done.
Yeah, it's I think it's run its course. I think now it's maybe it's
I mean,
time to
it
retire.
says it all when they're having to get Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and whoever else back to get some more bums in seats for the next Avengers film, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think that's that's telling you to call it a day when you need to do that.
I was thinking about this the other day because I think I'd seen something around. Are you up to speed on Loki at all?
I've watched the first 2 episodes of this second season. It's just more of the first, and I didn't like the first.
Because I think there is an argument going around that there might now be sufficient messing with the timey-wiminess of everything that he could actually force a reboot in some way, shape, or form. So in theory, you could kind of redo everything that's come already. But I mean, and this of course is what the comics have done down the ages. The comics have quite frequently done, universe restarts and then gone down different paths for some of the main characters. So maybe they'll do something like that to try and revive it all. I don't know, but
I mean, don't you think that? I don't mean anything awful by this, but don't you think the actors have kind of aged out the roles now?
No, well, that's what I mean. That would give them an excuse to use new actors. Because they go back to earlier points in the characters' timelines or whatever.
Yeah.
They could do whatever they wanted then, couldn't they? Effectively. But you're right. Yeah, you couldn't keep going. I mean, that must be why some of them chose to say, "Actually, I want to go now," because I've had, I think I've done this long enough. Because when you stop and think about when they actually started doing it, as against when Endgame then came out, I mean, it was decades for, So yeah, I mean, I understand why they'd want to move on.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, after Infinity War and Endgame, where could you go with it? They didn't really up the ante, or how could you up the ante after Thanos? I mean, Thanos came in and he did the ultimate. He wiped out half the universe, and it's like, right, how do you top that? You can't. The only way you could top that would be to go the route of maybe Galactus.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, but they didn't have the rights for that at that point to do that. And now they have. They're just farting about doing everything but that because of current Hollywood won't allow them to do that story. I mean, I heard about something regarding Blade, the alleged Blade film. It's not going to be about him. It's going to be about his daughter or something like that. And it's like, people want to go see Blade for Blade.
Well, he threatened to walk out because of that, and now they've changed it. But yeah, it was going to be 4 female leads, and he was going to be the 5th most important character.
Right. I mean, to be fair, if you want to watch a Blade film, watch the original Blade.
Watch Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll never get a film like that again.
No. It's still that's still probably one of the best Marvel films. And I suppose really it's not technically a Marvel film, is it? Because it wasn't really. Oh,
it is actually. It's not part of the MCU, but it is. It was Marvel that made it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
in fact, I'm fairly sure it was Blade that saved Marvel as a company.
I've heard that rumor. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were struggling in the early 90s, because they were churning out variant cover after variant cover after variant cover just to try and sell more copies of the same book. Because
shiny variant covers.
Yeah, all those foil covers and everything, the hologram covers and stuff like that. It was because they weren't selling, so they tried all these gimmicks and everything, which just put people off even more.
Right.
So whether or not they sold Blade to be made, or whether they had it made themselves, I can't remember. But yeah, it was Blade that saved them as a company.
I'm just trying to think. It wasn't New Line Cinema that was involved with that as well, was it?
It might have been.
Maybe.
I kind of get the feeling that it wasn't. Although it was a Marvel film, I'm trying to remember from when I had the video of it. When it goes through all the different it didn't feel like Marvel was the main sort of promoter.
Oh, it was based on a Marvel thing, but yeah, it was distributed by New Line Cinema.
Right. That's what.
Funnily enough, it's also
it was produced by New Line Cinema and Marvel Enterprises.
Right.
There's got a Deadpool crossover.
Well, yeah, it's got Ryan Reynolds in it, playing a character that's remarkably like Deadpool. Deadpool, yeah.
It's either a Deadpool or Green Lantern crossover, depending on what mood you're in.
Yeah, well, Mark, that's Disney for you. That's Disney's influence there, I do believe, because it's like, you know, if for
I don't
Disney,
think it is.
no, if you think about it, Disney's got the rights to market and show Doctor Who going forward now, but they don't have the rights to show the rest of it, all the other stuff.
Yes.
So for someone in the States watching it, if they go onto Disney Plus and start watching Doctor Who series 24 or whatever series it's up to now, they'll be like, oh, well, where's the rest of all the other series? So from a marketing point, it kind of makes sense in that. I mean, me personally, I don't think it matters. But what does it matter, really?
I don't think it's Disney. I think it's Russell T Davies.
Do you think?
Yeah. Well, there was already 26 seasons of Doctor Who, plus a movie, when he started series 1. I don't want it to be confusing for new viewers. So Christopher Eccleston comes in, and it's series 1. And now it's the same again. He knows the show itself is on its ass. And in all fairness, I've got to admit, I haven't been getting excited for the new series coming out or these specials. I just don't care about them anymore. But I will be honest, he has been marketing it like hell. This Whoniverse on iPlayer. I've been thinking about getting a TV license for the first time in 15 years.
I wondered about that.
Just so that I can go onto iPlayer and watch these versions that's on there. He's celebrating Doctor Who really, really well. He wants it to succeed. What's the best chance of it succeeding? Starting with Series 15 or starting with Series 1? Or Season 15 or Season 1? And I think that's why he's flipped it as well from series to season. Because people nowadays are more interested in seasons.
Yeah.
So is it the case then, as I understand it, that Disney UK won't show Doctor Who?
That's right, because iPlayer's got it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of those. Is it the Tales from the TARDIS? Or TARDIS?
Yeah, but they're cut down versions of what's on iPlayer.
Yeah,
I want to see the whole thing.
But the thing is, I mean, to be fair,
and they're only snippets.
It's all like, well, I mean, the one I watched the other day with Peter Davidson, I think it was something like 180 odd minutes. I think it was 80 or 90 minutes, about an hour and a half. It was with I forget his name, but that ginger get the one that I didn't like. You know, the one with the yeah.
Hello.
And Tegan. Tegan is it? Yeah. But they have the intro-y bits, you know. So Peter Davidson and the actress that played Tegan come together in like the memory TARDIS, they call it.
Yeah.
And that seems quite. Some of them are a bit of a hit, some of them are a miss, kind of thing, like, you know. And then it feels very much like it's kind of introducing people that might not be familiar with it into the wider universe of Doctor Who, kind of thing, you know, which it seems like a good thing, you know, because I don't know. I think probably most of the younger generation today would probably struggle watching the original Doctor Who.
Yeah, you know, that's why they've done it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that because I think it's inferior. It's not because of that. I think it's just because of the style and the way that it's made.
The pacing.
It's what?
The pacing.
Yeah. You know, I think, yeah. You know, but then
as
again...
As silly as it is, we're going back to that ADHD thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I think as well...
the era we're in there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think in some respects as well, probably some of the younger generation now may struggle to watch some of like Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant stuff. You know,
well, they struggle to watch the Jodie Whittaker stuff.
Everybody struggled to watch the Jodie Whittaker stuff. I mean, you've got to feel sorry for her. I mean, it's not her fault, bless her.
No, it's not at all.
It's, but no, it's just no. We'll file that away with Star Trek Discovery.
She represents what's wrong with it, but it's not her that's wrong with it.
No.
Yeah, she's the face of what was wrong with it. But,
Yeah.
Jamie was a cool one, apparently. How long are they on iPlayer for? Indefinitely, apparently. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's a
Wow.
thing.
So goodbye DVD sales then.
Well, tell you what, Gareth. Next time you're up, rather than buying a TV license, if you want to watch any, just let us know and I'll bang one on.
Thank you. Doctor should end with Matt Smith. Yeah, but by then they've already stuck in there that a Time Lord can switch to be a Time Lady.
Yeah, the Corsair.
And Missy.
No, was Missy
I
with
like-
Matt Smith? I thought Missy came after Matt Smith.
She first
Not long
appeared
after.
in Matt Smith.
Which one was that?
I'm sure that her first appearance was at the end of Matt Smith's run. Wasn't it?
No, I thought she came along with Capaldi.
Capaldi, because she
Yeah,
got
because it was still
Hugh
John
Lauren,
Sim.
together, didn't she?
Yeah, John Sim was with Capaldi because he was all flamboyant. He was wearing the makeup and stuff, and then he regenerated into Missy.
No, John
he
Sim-
didn't. We
John
never saw
Sim
that,
came
did we?
back to do an
Yeah, John Sim came
episode
back.
where he was playing Zathros. He
There
was
was
playing
like-
Zathros from Babylon 5.
There's a Cyberman episode.
Yeah, in fact, it was one of Capaldi's last episodes. It was the one where Bill got killed. Well,
Yeah.
she got turned into a Cyberman.
Bill,
Bill Potts.
wasn't she lesbian? Bill, I
don't
seem to
know.
remember her mentioning it
I don't-
once or twice.
I'd have to ask her. No, I wouldn't have to ask her, would I? Because she would tell me.
Yes. It's like, how do you know if someone's vegan? Don't worry, they will tell you.
Do you think they're going to make the new Doctor gay? Yeah, it's been announced. It was announced when they announced him that he would be playing the Doctor as a gay character, which is one of the things that annoyed me because the Doctor's
Did that-
he's never
Oh.
had a sexuality.
I
So
thought
sure
it
that
was
means
just
Jack
that,
Harkness is going to make an immediate comeback then.
I thought it was
Um,
just that the actor was the mention.
No.
That, I mean, we know the actor's gay, but I didn't.
Yeah, the actor's gay, and Russell T Davies has said that he's going to be playing the part as the Doctor is gay.
Right. Okay.
And it's like, why? It's not like it's ever been a thing. The Doctor's never been straight, as far as we know. I've always viewed the Doctor as being intersexual. He's
Well,
never
no,
been
But
interested.
he was getting it on with Queen Elizabeth, wasn't he?
Yes.
Was he?
Yeah, he married her.
He snogged a Zygon, remember?
He married River Song.
Yes.
Yeah. He probably had a quick shufty. If you're gonna
Yeah.
buy, you're gonna try.
I've always viewed the Doctor as being asexual, always. The
But you
first
see-
time they hinted at anything was the Paul McGann one, which admittedly they romanticised the character a bit more with him. But when he kisses her, it's more out of jubilation than anything else, rather than, oh, I find you attractive and I want to take you to bed and whatever else.
Yeah, but the doctors told us that he had a family and he had children. And I know David Tennant's doctor.
The
there's
doctors
a
also
story-
told us that he's half human. And
Well,
now we know that's definitely not the thing because he's not even a fucking Time Lord.
I would say, it's like, William Hartnell's into his granddaughter.
She calls him granddaughter. He calls her she calls it, yeah. Yeah, they call each other that, but it's always been up in the air as to whether or not they are biologically connected or whether or not he adopted her. And we've never known of Susan regenerating. In fact, one of the big rumours is that Carol Ann Ford is back to play Susan in one of these 3 specials.
Right.
Well, they never resolved the
she's a
Doctor's
doddery old
daughter,
woman.
did they?
Pardon?
The what? Sorry, the doctor's
They
what?
never resolved the Doctor's daughter, did they? Has she ever come back?
Well, she's not his daughter.
No.
Well, you know what I mean.
Tick
Everyone
code,
calls
shit.
her that.
Well,
Yeah,
no, he
She's
ended
an
up
altered
marrying her.
clone.
He ended up marrying her and knocking her up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There is that. Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? You play the doctor, You marry the daughter of a guy that played the Doctor, and then your wife, before she's your wife, actually plays your daughter, but it's a clone. It's like, well, hang on a minute.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Let me just try and work this one. Let me just get my slide ruler and my triangle. Work this one out. It's an odd thing. It is an odd thing. I think but it's odd, but it's good because it gets the fans talking about it and coming up with different theories. And it's interesting as well because it shows and highlights how even 2, 3, 4 different people can watch the same thing but take away completely different things from it, or interpret it differently. Sorry, So it's a few hiccups aside, I think like the majority on the whole it's good, but there are some poor and bad aspects to it. But the good thing is you can take away the bits that you like and just ignore the stuff that you don't like.
I mean, I'll definitely watch these 3 specials, and I hope I enjoy them.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch something that I'm not going to enjoy. And I'm not. I'll give the new series a chance. I'm not hopeful about it.
No,
I'm not enthusiastic about it, but I'll give it a chance. See what I think.
Yeah. I am. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm hopeful, but but hopeful in as much as that I hope it's good. Yeah, because it would be nice for it to get back to it being good because I want it to be. I did enjoy Doctor Who, up until a point. I found it interesting. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or if it was on a Facebook post, but they'd mentioned they were talking about Tennant and saying how he can't play the 10th Doctor anymore because he looks too old now to play the 10th Doctor. So you could never have like a multi-Doctor story now where he plays the 10th.
Wouldn't be a problem for Disney though, just de-age him.
Yeah.
Well, no, seriously, it would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but it's not Disney money that's going into it.
So what's the arrangement then? Disney's got to have some finger in the pie with it to get distribution rights for it.
Yeah, that's literally it. They're just distributing it outside of the UK and Ireland.
Yeah, but there was also some rumours that Disney had requested some rewrites or reshoots to make it more cinematic.
There's always rumours like that.
And it is getting more like that. I mean,
bear in mind that Russell T Davies's company is owned now by Sony. Disney don't have a say in it. Sony might do. Disney don't.
Right. Yeah. We'll have to see. Follow the money. Someone will figure it out. Someone will find out.
Mrs. Miggins at number 12 does not count. What's this? Shame on them for saying that about Tennant. What, that he looks too old? He does, though.
Yeah, he does.
It's all around the eyes.
To be fair, I think it were... You could tell he looked different when he came back for that Day of the Doctor.
Certainly.
He didn't look the same. You could tell he were a bit older. Because, I mean, it's what? How long is it since David Tennant was Doctor? Is it about 15 years, is it? 15, 16 years?
Yeah, but
when aged 970 years you are so young, you will not look either.
So, I don't know. Anyway, chaps, look, I'm just noticing the time. I'm going to have to go.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm just going to give it one more plug. Once we get to 500 subscribers on this channel, which is... I better say which channel, on the Cosmic Toys channel, seeing as both these two are also sharing this. On the Cosmic Toy channel, we're going to be giving this away to one of the subscribers. It's Tom Baker's last story, and he's signed it. And he's also inscribed on there his last lines from the show. It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. It's also signed on the insert inside.
And we were going to mention what was going to happen in a couple of weeks' time.
Go on then, Andy, we will let you do that.
Right. So I had the brainwave this morning, then I forgot about it, then I remembered about it again, then I told Gareth Likey. So we would like you to consider, kind viewers, and obviously those here present on the stream itself,
right.
what do you think was the most valuable toy that you had when you were little in terms of its current value? So what did you let go of and let your parents put in a skip that would now be worth shed loads and you wish you still had, basically? That's the gist of it. Does that make sense?
So, right, so a toy that you had as a kid, which monetary value now would be worth a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Strokey beard.
Strokey beard.
Something to think about, and I would love if people in the chat could think about this and join in with us next time, which will be
Yes.
2 weeks' time.
Yeah, can we have a bit more audience participation, please? You know. It's all right, sat there typing your comments and, you know, just come on, get with it a bit more. Eh?
Well, it's suddenly just gone wild. I think it's because they know that we're going.
Yeah.
So they've all had something a bit more to drink.
I've got to put this up. I like this comment.
It's got to happen once a
Always
century.
right.
I mean,
Yeah, Gareth is always, even when Gareth's wrong, he's right.
But Gareth's never wrong.
Exactly. I will quickly ask you, with regards to those DVDs, and forgive me if I pronounce the name incorrectly, but will you be keeping any DVDs that are signed by the Mr. Delgado?
There aren't any signed by Mr. Delgado.
Are they not? Right, okay. But if there were, would you have kept them?
God, yes. he passed in 1973 or 4.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So
Right, I
no,
didn't realize it. I didn't realize it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Right,
Unfortunately. So, yeah, he never signed a DVD in his life
right.
because there were no DVDs in his
No,
life.
there weren't. Right. Right. No, seriously, I've learned something there. I didn't realize he died so long ago.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back and do one. It was like his tempted fate. He was supposed to come back and do one more story and be killed at the end of the story. And
Hang on a minute. Actually, no. I should have realized this myself because as a kid, I can vaguely remember the actor that played the master looking slightly different.
a lot different.
You know, I mean, I know they tried to make him up to look the same with the dark hair and the goatee beard kind of
Well,
thing.
yeah, they gave him similar,
Yeah.
similar style.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Right then. No, don't you start talking about Rent a Ghost. That's a nostalgia route I don't want to go down at this time.
Well, Gap did ask if the DVD was going to be just for UK postage, but no, as it's a DVD, it'll be cheap enough to post worldwide. So, well,
You just need a
worldwide,
region to play.
It's open to everyone.
Yeah,
I'm not going
you
to
just
say
need-
who's going to win it because I don't know, but it's open to everyone.
just
Yeah.
make sure you subscribed at the right time, won't you? And that's
Obviously.
obvious.
We've got to get past 500 first.
Yeah. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe this video and all our respective channels as well.
Of course, yes. It's not just
Yeah.
about the profit
Forever and
time.
all time.
And help Andy out. You know, he's a posh taffy, but don't hold him against him.
You know he's got more subscribers than both of us put together.
He probably has, yeah. He probably has.
Times 10.
10 what?
I'm nearly at the
Subscribers?
2,500 mark, I'll have you know.
No, you've got nearly 500 subscribers on YouTube, haven't you?
I'm nearing 500. Well,
Yeah.
I'm at over 450 now.
Yeah. And what you got, Andy?
2,450-ish last
Have
count.
you? Immense.
But
I think I've got.
bear in mind how long my channel's been running, though.
I think I've got 130. I'm proud of it. I don't want notoriety. Fuck you all.
But you very sensibly have got separate channels for your distinct, focus areas. So
Well, actually, to be fair, I find this really interesting because if you do the ratio of what you post versus how many comments, likes, and subscriptions that you get, Spectral Horace actually outperforms Vaults of Icon 10-1.
Wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I think it's because it's based around the old retro game and retro console. Yeah, the Spectrum and that. But yeah, as that ratio, it far outperforms. And to be fair, I hardly put any effort or work into Spectral Horus. All my time is taken up with Vaults, and I get bloody nowhere with it. But I don't mind because, honestly, hand on heart, I don't do it for that. I do it because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to make my next thing better than the previous one. Yeah. I think if you, I mean, I'm not speaking for you two guys, but I think if you go down the route of wanting to be popular and wanting more likes and more, I think it's like a bottomless pit, because you'll just be something you'll just be chasing and chasing and chasing, and just enjoy what you do. And if you enjoy it, that's enough reward, really. But it is nice to get 500 subscribers because you get a free DVD.
Yeah. An outdated medium.
Hey, they're going to come back. If cassette tapes and vinyl can come back, DVD can come back. You're probably better off getting hardware media, because if you rely on streaming services, they can cut stuff out and there's no what you can do about it.
Yeah, and they can just drop things as well.
Yeah. What's that? Excuses. What's up, Gap? What am I doing?
You're making excuses for why you're not chasing the subscribers.
Oh no, I couldn't. No, I couldn't.
He did tell you to focus on the Spectrum.
Well, it's too late now. I'm no idea
how YouTube is really more on Twitch. Passion certainly helps, and I've seen Gareth's stuff has grown in the last few months. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm 2 balls deep in Vaults of Icon now, Gap. To I can't pull out now.
Balls deep. He's already laughing at that one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's so much, but something's so much. Right,
yeah.
We're going.
Yeah, we are, yeah. It's nearly 11 o'clock. 3 hours. We're nearly at 3 hours.
Yeah, nearly
It's
at 3
not the
hours.
longest one.
Yeah.
Actually, look, we've only got what? We've got 9 minutes left. Come on, let's push it.
You wanna
Let's just
stretch
get
it
to
out?
3. Let's just get to 3 and then balls to
We're
it.
going to stretch it out for 3 hours. Oh, my head, it's stuck.
What? His head is stuck. His head? What's his head stuck in?
I don't know, but stay on target.
Yeah, stay on target.
Right, come on. We've got 8 minutes to kill. Have a
It's
good
what?
night, gentlemen.
Everyone go and bid on my random Star Trek models. I'm
Yes,
gonna pop it on them,
Andy,
though.
Andy
All
wants to advertise his... Oh, Mark says he'll come on now. Well, come on then. You've got 8 minutes left. Come on.
8
Come on,
minutes
then.
and counting.
Come on.
Have your 8 minutes of fame. Come on.
Come on. We're waiting.
Dare you.
Logan loves us.
Well, we appreciate the love.
And Lobot wants a recap.
A recap.
The best way to do that is when we finish, go back and press play again.
On a different channel. Share the
Yeah.
love.
Yes. Yes, share the love. If you do it 3 times altogether.
Watch it simultaneously in surround sound on 3 different devices on different channels.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
I mean,
I have a randomly old Crash Bandicoot plush that's around 150 quid. He's glad that he held on to
all
it.
right, yeah. Yeah, the
We
toy
spoke
thing, yeah.
About toys.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
I think you are. Right?
We do occasionally talk about toys, it's true.
We do. But maybe as a caveat to that as well about, a valuable toy that, like, monetary wise, maybe a toy that's has like a sentimental value as well. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you two guys, but I know myself. I don't have a lot of stuff now left from when I was a kid. It's very few items. Most of the stuff I've got now is stuff that I've had to re-buy back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly Transformers-wise, the only thing I've got now from when I was a kid is Bumblebee, and that's it. Everything else is what I've bought back in. So yeah, it's So I mean, sentimental-wise, if people have kept hold of one thing, because of a sentimentality to it, 'Cause it ain't just,
they've held on to, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it ain't just about the monetary value. It's
And speaking of influencers that we should be watching, there we are. Top Tom 924. I thought it was you, and I should have clicked that subscribe button a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't, but it's been clicked now.
cool.
He's a streamer as well. Oh, there you are. Yes,
A
definitely.
78 vinyl cape. Funny enough, Gap, I have a vinyl cape Jawa as well, sealed on a Palatoy card. Yes, I do.
I'm laughing
Maybe
at
one day I'll
him
show you it.
just because.
I mean, I found it. I found it at this old car boot sale. They only wanted 50p for it. I'll give you 50p for that. You won't believe it. It's absolutely nice and crispy as well. I couldn't get my breath. I was like, it's even unpunched as well. Just
Not you shaking your head up. Yes, that's it. Get back to licking your asshole.
fake carded. I have always been fake carded. In fact, I'm only on here tonight because I managed to sneak out of the crease in the bubble insert.
We made it past. Oh God, still got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Come on. Right, okay, I've got a quick question.
Tom,
for
give
you.
us some advice on doing 3-hour streams. I know that's nothing to you.
I'll give you a quick question for you both. Power Glide.
Alright, yay.
If you could be a toy, what toy would you be?
A
Well,
dildo.
quick fire. No, come on, keep it. Keep it
No,
on.
that's the idea.
I would be a Valkyrie,
The Valkyrie.
a robot and a jet, and a Batroid, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gareth, come on. Something other than a.
I've never really thought about it, to be fair.
Clearly, he would be Godzilla.
It's a good one, isn't it? You destroy all the other toys.
He's a good swimmer.
Yeah.
He's like a dragon.
Doesn't look very good in a bikini, though. And then again, neither do I.
A thong bikini. Ooh.
Yeah. Borat mankini.
Right, another quick one for you then. If you could
I'd
go
be
back.
a Robo Skull because I'd be wanted by everyone.
Yeah.
Ah.
If you could go back in time.
Dun, dun, dun. Who's this?
It's about right,
It's on
isn't
the
it?
screen now. Get off.
Wait for my bacon sandwich. Where's my bacon sandwich?
Where is this bacon sandwich? And
He
his cup of
turns
tea.
up for 3 minutes and he's done. It's like,
Leave them wanting more.
you can time
Like you
your
said, look, you get food,
time a
you
boiled
get
egg
bread,
with it.
man.
Nah, I'm off.
Yay! It worked.
Oh, bloody hell, Mark. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Not bad, thank you. Not bad. You're a pillock.
Yes.
Thing is, though,
That's
now
my
that you're
job.
part of it, now that you're part of it and not just a subscriber, you can't win it. Rules, you know?
No, you can't. You can't win.
Hey, you have to post it.
Oh, you know. You're a pillock.
Yes.
No,
Guys,
does that-
as
does
Godzilla,
your-
except
does
when
your
you
arcade-
fail, nothing happens.
Does your arcade machine include the trench?
I look
runs?
like I rolled off the back of a lorry.
Is that what someone
Cheers,
said?
Gav.
That's
Yeah,
a bit harsh.
yes, a new
Yes.
challenger has appeared.
Not for
This what?
As in, this confirms.
This
it.
confirms that you are brothers. No.
No.
Is there anything your gents would love to have a comic series of that doesn't have one already? Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, gonna go down the comics
Ooh.
route with that one now, are we? Interesting.
Okay. Comic
Debbie does Dallas.
Debbie does Dallas.
V.
Dallas does Debbie.
The answer to every question is V.
V.
No,
Yes.
there is a comic series of V. I sold it.
I've got the annual. So.
I've got a storybook of V. Interesting one. But it's funny actually, because I mean, some of the stuff that I've been looking at, it's incredible how many lines Marvel did tie-in comics for that you wouldn't immediately assume that they had done. Like Sectors and stuff like that. You know, they all had Marvel comic lines.
Rom, and then Rom and Spider-Man.
Rom's had a comic series.
Yeah, Rom the Space Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars had
That's a
one.
good question.
That's an interesting one.
Something that
Do you mean as in toy lines? Do you mean toy lines that don't have a story, that don't have a comic
Anything, I
series?
think. I think you mean Coronation Street.
Coronation Street comic. I couldn't think of depressing. Oh, maybe EastEnders the comic. That'd be even
Or Emmerdale.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, talking about
Right.
YouTube channels, Bugger Nation Street.
Pardon?
Bugger Nation Street. Check it out.
Nation.
Yeah.
Bobby Nation. Okay.
They take old Coronation Street episodes
Starfleet.
and put
Oh,
things
no,
in them. It's quite
Lobot,
funny.
there's been loads of
Oh, is
Starfleet
it-
comics, mate.
Is it like a redub thing, Mark? Is it like do they redub it or something?
A Corrie comic.
It's hilarious.
I will refer you to
Do
my
you,
website for the entire run of Looking Starfleet comics.
I'll ask you, Mark, because you're of I'm sure you're of a similar vintage to myself. Do you remember, as a kid, do you remember a show that used to be on BBC Two on a Saturday called The Flashing Blade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It were like a French show, but they did like a silly redub to it.
Yeah. It was the type of a monkey type thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
But not as good.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it'd have like silly voices saying, "No, you've dropped my handkerchief, you brute!" And
I'm still after the monkey DVD.
Yeah, you and me
Oh,
both. But at least you've seen it. I never have.
you never seen Monkey?
No, I'm not as old
It's
as
just my
you.
childhood, just there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just did that.
Fat Pigsy!
Yeah, Monkey and the Water Margin. That's another one that I want to see that I've not seen.
Yeah, never really into the water margin. It was always Monkey because it was just so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember Water Margin. I remember Adine in line.
Wundin line.
Yeah, one in line. Yeah, or Howard's Way.
Howard's Way. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And then there were
And
another one
Tom's younger than all of us.
there was one called Triangle as well.
Was it in Bermuda?
Triangle, yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think it were a cruise line. I
A
think.
bit of side boob on Triangle.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember that.
Here we go.
What?
The comic
What-
you
what-
never knew existed, and is not very exciting. But this is Bombay
Starfleet comic.
Starfleet comic.
Oh, bloody Starfleet and you again.
I know.
Look at that graphical quality, though. Look at that.
Bomber
That's
X.
awesome.
That is one toy I do want, the Bomber X. The
It's
X
nothing
Bomber.
like the series at all, that does it? No,
Yeah, the
anyway.
X Bomber.
But to be
That
fair,
is
I'm
one toy I do
hoping
want.
I'm hoping if this Moderoid kit of Big Die X proves popular, that they may go on and do an X Bomber. You know, to complement.
I've got a 3D printer. Why don't I just print one?
I've got 3 and I don't
People
use any
do
of them.
it. People
Oh.
are printing many of them at the
Start
moment.
there. Anybody want to buy a 3D printer?
I just bought one. I haven't used it yet. Only had it 3 weeks.
Nah, it's just sat there now. I don't think I've used it in about a year.
You know
Once I
what?
get started, though, once
You
I
know
do
what size
something,
that you
once
use
I print something, I start printing loads of things.
Yeah, print a new tailplane for his broken Blue Thunder.
Well, I've sent Andy a link
Yeah,
to buy a
I
new
want a
one.
Blue Thunder. That's another toy I want, the Blue Thunder. Have you seen that? That is awesome.
Mm.
I want a remote controlled Airwolf. I'll tell you what, there is on YouTube actually. I think it was a German channel or something, and they'd done a proper remote controlled Airwolf, and it was immense. It was so impressive, properly zipping it around, and immense.
Well, in the TV show, they did use miniatures. They did use radio control.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No. La la la, can't hear you. No, can't hear you. It was always a very skilled stunt pilot at all times.
And the original helicopter that was used for Airwolf ended up in Germany as an ambulance helicopter.
Yeah,
but
and
it
you
crashed.
Yeah,
It crashed,
there are
destroyed.
YouTube of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what a shame. And then the Blue Thunder helicopter is on the back lot at Paramount, just rotting away.
Oh no, that's sad.
There's a lot of cars that are doing the same as well, aren't there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, just sat there doing that, rotting away.
They should be forced to at least preserve them.
Well, the Ecto 1 was sat rotting away, doing nothing. The original one, and it was some fans that got together, and then Columbia, I think, because of the popularity, they decided to
They realised.
Yeah, and they got it done up. Well, I say I think it was one of the screen used Ectos. I don't know if it was the one. But yeah, but there's a channel, actually, going back to YouTube channels, there's one, I can't remember his name now, but he's all about Knight Rider. And he goes really in depth, and he hunts down, and he's actually bought some of the screen used vehicles. The last one that, the last one that he bought was the truck that was used for the.
Oh, the Knight Rider historian.
Yeah, is that the guy?
Yeah, Knight Rider historians. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and he bought the truck that pulls the trailer that Kit goes into, But it was the original truck because there were two different trucks they used.
Yeah.
And that was just sat at side of a road somewhere on a bloke's farm, just sat there doing no. It had been resprayed blue, I think it was. And he went and he said someone had contacted him and said, "Oh, we've seen this truck. We think it might be from Knight Rider." So this guy drives hundreds of miles and he's like, "Oh, let me just check. Yeah, that's it. Can I buy it?" Because I think he's searching for Goliath at the moment.
I was going to say Goliath would be the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, but that.
I thought you meant Goliath. You mean the truck that the Kit comes out of? Yeah.
Yeah. There's the truck. Yeah, got that truck, and then he's looking for Goliath now.
I've just realised that I might find an annual to my surprise. I really must go. I need to hunt one down.
Oh, Knight Rider annual.
I meant to do an annuals video, but then when I was looking at it, I was thinking, actually, I'm missing quite a few that I would have thought I would have had, but
I've got a Knight Rider annual somewhere. I've got Buck Rogers. I've got Starsky and Hutch. V. I've got a lot of annuals.
Yeah,
they'll be underneath a stack somewhere, and you can't get to them.
Possibly.
Yeah.
There's stuff I had them as a kid. And Space 1999 annuals as well.
I've got two of them.
Yeah.
You've shown us them.
No, I haven't. I would have done.
Yeah, I had a UFO annual as a kid, and I never watched the show until a couple of years ago.
Right.
All right. You're quite new to UFO then.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it as a kid. I knew all the toys and everything.
We've got a slide line in doing up interceptors.
Interesting.
I've just done a video. I've just uploaded a video. I'm fixing this one.
What, you do videos?
What, have you got a channel or something?
No.
Well,
Not as big as yours. Not as big as yours, Gareth.
Season, this is your first time on. Do you want to tell the audience who you are?
No. It says it there. It says it there. I don't like to boast.
That was professionalism. That you notice you didn't have to think about which hand to use before you just did that.
I got a comment tonight actually saying, "What's your name?" I thought, "Did you actually watch the channel?"
Maybe not.
Maybe they thought it was a pseudonym.
And the thing is, it was a members only video, and they want a member. So how the hell have they watched my video when it's supposed to be members only? Because it's my OnlyFans.
I didn't realise it was that kind of arrangement.
Well, I found out this week that I'm no longer one of Mark's members because he's tagged me in 2 of his videos and I can't watch them. Because they're for members only.
Oh, yeah, these shorts.
Yeah.
Is your membership run out? You need.
Yeah, don't worry.
You could do a renewing it, really, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Next time I get.
I don't need to because next time you give some away, I'll get.
I know. You always come out. There's always the same people that come out that never pay for the membership. They always get the free ones.
I don't ask for it.
I know. I don't tend to want to give you it, but
in fact, to be fair, I think I've only seen one of your membership-only videos, and it's that one where you were flashing your tits off.
Oh well, I'll do it in this one as well. So you missed out, haven't you?
Oh,
this is why this commenter has asked for my name. So you know, I think I might have pulled.
We're back to the side boob thing now again, are we?
Well, more than just side
No,
boob.
yeah. Well, there's plenty of that. So
He's in his dressing gown.
And on that note,
So you're going to join us next time, Mark? Maybe a little earlier.
how many times do I need to come on to win a Robo Skull?
That's an awful lot.
I'm under contract forever.
That's not
Let your people talk to my people, and we'll see.
okay.
If you're wanting a Robo Skull, are you on any of the Palatoy Facebook groups?
Yes. Yeah, I saw one the other day. There was one for what, £300,
Yeah.
and yeah,
it's
Gareth knows how tight I am.
yeah. You're going to be looking how to pick one up at good money.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know.
It's
not really on top of. It's not. It's not
No.
there. It's not.
I know
That might be the best thing to have as a project.
Yeah.
And just sort
Yeah,
of
like I do with the Death Star.
Yeah, but just buy one piece for it every month
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, do it piecemeal.
Mm.
I mean, I
Silly as
don't,
it is, it's what I'm thinking of doing with these.
I don't think it's much cheaper,
something for it.
but the Cobra Robo Skulls tend to go for a bit cheaper than the Palatoy ones. You know, the original Action Force ones. Not much cheaper, but a little bit cheaper.
You look puzzled.
Do you have anything you could trade for one, Mark?
So you could get one of them and just re-sticker it. You know, get some repro stickers and re-sticker it.
Yeah. I mean, I did that with the Palatoy Death Star. I got not really a shell, but I upgraded it and made it complete. So yeah, I could do it. I mean, I'm also doing projects. The one at the moment I'm doing is getting the Range Rover for James Bond Range Rover set. I've bought the Range Rover. The Range Rover is coming. I just need the horse box and the plane.
What, like those that horse box and the plane we saw? Mark, honestly.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, I didn't buy that because I thought the horse was broken.
Be careful, Gareth. It's showing stains on your jumper.
Around your mouth, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Star-Lord's.
The horse was broken on the horse box, and I found out I could replace that for £2, £2.90. So if I see it again, I will get it.
Well, I'm going to say,
I've got the Range Rover now, so
Just found something else. That glows quite nicely.
I
It's a Green Lantern figure.
I haven't put my arcade machine on.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to depart because I'm tired.
That was a long one.
A long 8 minutes.
Yeah, we've gone over 3 hours. I mean, it's either that or we push for 4. No, I'm going.
How long's your longest, Mark?
10 hours.
Good lord! Oh, was that when you were doing one of the Vectis ones?
Vectis, yeah.
Oh Christ, yeah, I remember that.
I'm not even looking at the Vectis auctions at the moment. I just don't.
You and me both.
Yeah. No.
Oh, sorry. I'll just quickly ask you, what's your thoughts on RoboCop?
Love it. I just played the game. I just completed the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The game.
Oh, the game, yeah. Fantastic.
You enjoyed it, right?
I mean, it could be more. It could be more in depth. I think it could be a bit more onto it, and a bit more free roam.
Right.
But yeah, it is well worth it.
They've started to properly advertise it. I've seen
the only thing is, as well,
I
I got to the end of the game, and I'd leveled him up, but you've got to start all over again if you start again.
Right.
I would like to have carried on with because you can't actually level him fully up. You've got to choose. I wish I'd have known that at the beginning, but you know, I'll play it again.
I mean, sadly, it's a game I would love to have, but sadly, I can't play first-person games. They give me migraine.
Yeah, you can't change it, so
you know, and it's just a bit of a kicker, really. If it were third person, I'd be all over it. I really would be all over it. But you know, it's just. But I understand. I mean, do you think it's the kind of game that could you see an avenue for it being compatible with like a VR headset and things like that?
definitely. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It should have been already done. It should have been built for
Right.
that.
Right.
Oh, is it not?
No.
I thought most games that came out now weren't built for that.
No, it's
Especially
it
on
would work.
PlayStation.
Put a special one out.
Yeah,
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Just a smidge.
Right. Okay then. Well, listen. It's been a pleasure, chaps. And I shall leave you with the words that Cleopatra said to Mark Antony. If you've liked what you've seen, tell your friends. All the best.
Allegedly.
See you later.
See you
See
later.
you all later. Take care. Thanks for joining
Good night.
us.
Goodbye.
Bye.